Okay. But will it hold? Is the question. Will we hold? It's been 10 whole minutes since we started technically streaming.
All right. Yeah, now it's good enough.
Well, okay, yeah, but again, for how long will it hold? I want to give this a few minutes before I really start doing this, because OBS might, poop out. This is normal. This is normal. Yep. 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 Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. This should be normal. Okay. Stream. Yep. Yep. Yeah, this is all standard stuff, so why? Actually, why are we exceeding my set? Oh, that might be part of it. For some reason, we're exceeding my set bitrate on the outgoing. Let's try that. Okay, there we go. It's a little better. Okay. Will she hold? So how's everybody tonight? How's everybody's day?
Mine's doing pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna post two since it seems stable, not to jinx it.
Don't do this, Ty.
I'm gonna post onto Facebook.
Ty, remember what's riding on this. It'll never let us out if we don't get this right.
I just need the YouTube.
Okay.
Which I think I can get right here. Copy. Paste. Post. Go. Cool. We're live. Or we're posted.
Yeah, so far, okay, yes, because so far we're relatively stable. Last time we lasted about 3-4 minutes before it just cut out.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that again and have issues. Let's tune this down a little bit. Open that up. Okay. So yeah, hope everybody's having a good day. I had a fantastic day at work today, which is normally my days are like decent, right? Like I usually have like a good or decent day, but today I just had a great day today. Like everything was awesome. CEO catered for us, which is rare but welcomed. The intern, we hung out with the new intern at lunch. He's pretty chill. Had some pretty cool, good conversations with my coworkers. Made some meme jokes. Just kind of hung out. Found some fun bugs in some of our games. It was a good day. It was great. I really had a really enjoyable day. How about you, Ty?
It was the day.
It was a day?
It was the day.
Oh.
It was fine. I had to bring my car in.
That sucks.
So I had to Uber to work. So
Oops.
I just burnt like $80 today.
Ah, that sucks.
So it's just like, okay, whatever. I treated myself to Zupas afterwards. But
that's nice. That's cool.
But what I'm really hungry for, besides a little bit more Zupas, is to do some deck editing.
Hell yeah, we're doing deck editing.
This mother freaking Fix-It-Friday. I've been chomping at the bit just to do this, and I'm very excited. But
okay.
So our first deck.
First deck we're working on here.
Yes, is Scions.
Scions.
By Bruno Wilkins.
Yep. If that is your real name.
Yes. Which I think it is. I think that was his name on Facebook.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't imagine why it wouldn't be.
Yeah. But he sent us a Scions deck, and he just wants us to like kind of make it a little bit more meta.
She blinded me with Scions.
Oh my god! Please.
Come on, that was good.
It was okay.
Oh, we lost a viewer for it.
See.
That's what, fair.
But anyway, so yeah, do you just want to hop straight into it?
Yeah. So we've actually seen quite a few Scions builds going around. We've seen a lot of multicolor ones. Greg Cole on Facebook, and I think he runs a shop now.
Yeah.
Whether it's online or in person, I don't know. But he's obsessed with Scions.
Travis Pfeiffer put out a video about Scions.
Yes, that is
Which
correct.
is actually on the front page of FFTCG.
Correct.
And it was pretty good.
And Scions are popular right now. Surprising nobody.
Yeah. I mean, 14 is just so popular.
I was gonna say 14 and 7. I don't know what it is about the 7th every 7 gets. So Final Fantasy 21 is gonna be a banger.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Final Fantasy 21 is gonna be lit.
Whatever it is. I'll be in my 40s and there will be. But yeah. So looking at this deck, I don't hate it off the bat. Like it's pretty solid.
Yeah. There's a couple things that stand out to me like immediately.
Yeah.
Like the first one is I have it up on my phone as well, just so I could look at it while you're editing it.
Right.
And the one that gets me is one Oracle of Light.
Yeah, that's a
And
huge glaring issue.
In a way, I understand it only because you don't want 2 light cards and you can't have 2 light cards out at the same time.
Yeah.
But it causes a bit of an issue, and it's just like at that point, I'd rather like. Yeah, I understand why, but Oracle of Light is such a good card, and you want it to die. Like you really want it to die.
You actually, yeah, you want it going down.
Yeah. And that's why I think it's definitely like a worthy inclusion. At least at 3.
Absolutely, yeah.
Only feels like the thing is if you didn't want it to die, I'd understand keeping it at 1 or 2. Like a lot of people run Kadaj at 1 or 2. As like kind of a tech choice card, and because he's just kind of a toolbox card within himself. But Oracle of Light is, I don't want to say super central to this deck, but wow, does she move everything along.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I actually want to recommend a few things from my own build of Scions. Ty, you and I have played quite a few games with this deck. And I'm pretty happy with where it is. It's not perfect. I still have some tweaks I think some things to adjust here. But the first thing I'm gonna say is entirely cut this Urianger. Because the multicolor one isn't really that big a deal. It seems great, and I like it, but it doesn't really do anything for this deck. I understand that it's working with Abyss Worm, but Abyss Worm also probably should not be here anymore.
Yeah, Abyss Worm isn't the target that you want on an Urianger.
Yeah.
Because Urianger is a cost 2 or less. Do you mind highlighting him really
Yep,
quick?
sure.
Play 1, 2 or less from your hand onto the field. It's not super worth it.
Yeah.
Like, especially hand on the field. Because the big thing about Urianger is that there's another Urianger.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing but better.
Right.
Which is like the first change I'm really doing.
Yeah, and
I'm
like
putting in 1 or 2 of the other Urianger and then changing the monsters.
Right, and keep in mind, there is the bounce component to it, so that's nice. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But considering that you're always gonna have the haste, which is great, right? That's nice because the twins are going to they're just gonna turn everything on except for Oracle. That being said, the bounce isn't really where the deck excels.
Yeah, and the only way you could even really play him is off of Thancred?
Off of Thancred, yeah.
Kind of?
There's no other source of water. You need to pitch a Thancred. And so that's a really rough position to be in. Considering there's no multicolor backups, not even a Shantotto, not even a Tyro or a Chaos or Cosmos or in my deck I have Princess Sarah as a one of. So I'm gonna just straight up say pitch Urianger and pitch Abyss Worm.
And then did you pick up on the second big thing that I noticed about this deck?
Well, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of Ramas here.
More so the 15 summons.
Yeah, there's a lot of summons. I mean, that...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually... Yeah, that number right there, buddy.
Yeah. Because I do like 15 summons, 15 backups, because it's 15 and 15.
Yeah,
And it looks nice.
But it's Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah,
Ty.
exactly.
Okay,
so we
that's
gotta bring that summons down to 14.
Yeah. So just cut one Odin. No.
So like actually Odin, in my opinion,
no, Odin would
I
stay.
don't want to say it's the only card that needs to stay, but it's kind of close. So so obviously first major change that we can make is Oracle of Light up to 3. I think we both agree.
100%, yeah.
And then cutting Ariander, which you already did.
Way ahead of you.
We'll talk about Y'shtola later.
Yeah.
But the other one is you really need to narrow down the summons. Like
yeah.
Like I understand some of them, like exit or. Let me double check some of these because it's been a while.
Oh, yeah, I was say I'd let you read the text, but it's so small.
Yeah. Choose one forward until end of turn gains 3,000, and this forward cannot be dull.
And brave.
Yeah, and then
the next one is
if it's at 5 damage, everything gets that.
This forward cannot be returned to. Yeah, so you can't bounce. Things can be brave and non-dulled, and the 3K whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But this isn't really that big a deal because ice isn't like a heavy part of the meta right now.
Yeah.
And lightning isn't really aiming to dull things.
Yeah, and I think you don't really have to worry about bounce right now.
You don't.
Like,
yeah,
the
water
deck
bounces
that
a lot.
Run
but
it, like potentially would be like a storm build.
I was gonna say a storm build with a storm of the Archfiend storm.
Yeah.
But in Archfiends, your focus is totally elsewhere.
Yeah.
So it's unlikely that if you're playing against people who are playing meta or at least popular decks, the odds of running into dull and bounce are relatively low. They're not like 0. They're not bottomed out.
Yeah.
But it's just not a huge concern. Which is, I mean, for one, sure, but it's just there's so many more cards that could fit in this deck.
Yeah.
That do more important things right now.
And the other thing about it is like it's a really bad card to draw when you don't need it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Because the thing is, if you're overkilling your board, you won't really need the 3K avoid bounce, avoid dull.
Yep.
Unless your entire meta is just ice decks.
Yep.
Yeah,
if your local meta is all ice, then just keep going.
At least early game, this card. Like, if this is in your opening hand, this card reads discard this card for 2 mana.
Yeah.
Like, that's basically what it really does early. Because it has such a reliance on having forwards out.
Yep.
And needing to buff them, or having to avoid them being bounced or dulled.
Yeah, in a state of the game that is not necessarily removal heavy, but removal centric, having a card...
Actually, no, we're wrong. Nicholas going in with needs more summons. Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. So give me a second here. I can't type. Okay. Okay. So Shem Hazai, we're just throwing those in.
Diabolos gotta run through Diabolos.
Yeah.
That's mandatory.
Actually,
keyboard.
You know what,
just to be
we
safe,
need this Diabolos.
Just 3 copies of every Diabolos.
Hold on. We gotta we're running dark cards, right? We're running dark.
Oh, getting
totally,
Zodiark.
yeah. So we're getting Zodiark, some in there. And then, okay, so we're getting Zodiark and we're getting Arc.
Yeah.
So we can have both versions of Arc in the deck.
Arc, yeah.
There are 23 summons. Okay. 54 cards, totally standard legal deck. We're ready to go, guys. Okay. Cut print.
Really quick, can you highlight joking aside, can you highlight the Alexander, the new one?
Yeah. Oh, let me get this junk out. Let me get the junk out.
Choose one forward and up to 1 forward the opponent controls at the end of turn. Form regains 3,000 power and cannot be dulled by your opponent's abilities. If you have 5 or more points of damage, like that's the thing is like especially like Alex. Like I don't think this is a bad card.
Right.
There's a lot of things that I like about it.
No, I love this card.
It helps Ida. It's not. Finally got home from work so I could respond. Thanks for taking a look at this. I was basing this from what I was seeing in tournaments during the before times.
Oh yeah,
before
sure.
times. Okay, so this
yeah,
makes me
this
very
one's
happy
yeah.
because this is literally what we did to Eric's deck because Eric had like this Opus 10.
No, not even. It was like an Opus
9.
7. It was like an Opus 7 or 8 Scions build that hadn't been touched in so long.
Yeah, so we literally just sat down and we completely like tore it apart. And like Scions is a deck specifically that I really like messing with, and it's a very fun deck. I don't play it too much. I probably should because it's very easy.
I mean, if you want to borrow it,
because that's the thing is like obviously I got the starter deck too, and the new starter deck, like if you get your hands on the new starter deck, like you're just set for this.
Yeah.
Because the new starter deck is just so good. But right now we're on the topic of I've been playing since Opus 6, so I was building based on old. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
that makes a lot of
gotcha.
sense.
Okay, that checks out.
So, yeah. So we were currently on summons. So previously we took out the 2-drop Urianger.
Yep.
Or
the multicolor Urianger.
Yeah, the multicolor Urianger.
Yeah.
We
took out the Abyss Worms.
Yes, and we bumped Oracle of Light up to 3.
Correct.
And we'll explain that again in a minute,
sure.
in case you missed it. And obviously this will be in a VOD, but one arc, no pause. But anyway, so Alexander, I wouldn't run at 3. However, I definitely run Alexander over Exodus.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because at 5 damage, Alexander basically turns into a cheap Titan.
Yep.
And that's extremely
And
strong.
Actually, speaking of Titan,
Titan wouldn't be a terrible choice here.
Yeah, oh right, we're still dark selected.
Dingus, yeah.
So this Titan, I very much like this card. I run it as a 1 of and or maybe a 2 of in my Scions.
You're running it at 1 right now.
Okay, yeah.
We literally have
3 Arc Nobles.
Yeah, I literally have his deck like in my hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I'm gonna take out all the summons really quick, just so we can.
Sure, yeah.
What you.
And I still need to change my summons, so we're not gonna obviously recommend my exact summon lineup because it is very much that needs to be adjusted quite a bit.
Yeah, well, I forgot how good other ENJs are too.
Right. Actually, while you're pulling those summons out, let me quickly go over the logic of why we pulled out what we did and what we bumped what we did.
Yeah.
So the Oracle of Light, we bumped up because you're removing them. You want them to die. They're not going to stay on the field long if things are going your way. So being afraid of having 1 extra one in hand and it's going to be a dead card, the only time that's really a problem is early game. Any other time, these are going to be, flashing out of the game. You're going to be flipping them for literally anything else in your break zone, and you're going to be effectively just, they're just going to be blazing off the board. So don't worry about those. They're intentionally a lightning rod. As for pulling out Urianger, the only way to play him as this deck stands is to pitch a Thancred for the water. And that's a problem, but...
Really quick, he commented, I've been told that the deck horrifically lacked removal, hence the Ramas and Odins. The modern versions of it have kind of worked around that a little bit.
Yep.
They're not the best about it, but with this deck, like, it's not as bad as it used to be.
No, not at all.
Because I'm looking at, like, the new Thancred, which has the special that it's just deal damage to something.
Yep.
And because like that's the thing about Scions is it's been a lot more about just putting together a very hard to kill board that you basically need to have a board wipe against, otherwise they just get to go run nuts with it. And you'll see that in a lot of the newer cards, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. So yeah, the Urianger, and the other side of it is that the deck doesn't benefit that much from the bounce that it provides. As well as the original Urianger that we have does it just plays a monster better, in my opinion, at least.
And that's if you want to run a monsters.
That's if you want to run monsters at all.
We do have another Urianger that I keep wanting to call him. Was starter Urianger from Opus 6 better? It's running Black Knight and
Dragon Monsters.
Thomas will.
Yeah, you know what?
Actually,
throw us the deck. We're more than happy to,
Because right now we have 2 and we need 3.
Yeah, 3 wouldn't be bad.
So the old starter Urianger it's solid if you want to run monsters.
Yeah.
Back in the day, people would run what's the card?
Was it Cac? Well, it wasn't Cac. Yeah, Laic. Thank you. Yeah, I knew it was a wind one.
It's a 1-drop monster, so you play Urianger, target Laic, you get Laic out.
Right.
And that's still fine. However, the newest Urianger of the starter deck is just so much better because it's basically a free card.
Yeah,
it's an EX. It's gross. It's on curve. Like it's. There you go.
Yep. There we go.
So it all depends on whether or not you want to run monsters. You don't have to run monsters. Like monsters aren't super essential to the deck. If anything, they'd be like kind of a toolbox in
Yeah.
a way.
Right.
And you would pick up monster like not Urianger, Usaganashi.
Yep.
Or you would pick Laic. Laic's a little bit of a dated choice now.
Yeah. Although against aggro decks that we're seeing a little bit of Storm and aggro right now. So that's not a bad option. Laic is actually valid again.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
For the I guess power of the deck, I'd recommend newest Urianger.
Yeah.
Only because so obviously when he enters the field, reveal top 2 cards of your deck, add a category 14 character among them to your hand.
No, it's card.
That's
Oh no, it's his character. My bad.
Anyway,
Sorry.
Add a
Can't read.
14 character from among them onto your hand, return the other to the bottom of your deck. So that's card draw if you hit him, which in this deck you mostly will.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10.
If you hit him, Urianger is just free. You just got your mana back.
Yeah. It's gas.
It's gas.
It's gas.
Exactly.
Is what it is.
And it gives you a little card selection because you get to look at like the top 2, and even though you're putting one away, the thing is if one of the cards is like a Bahamut 0 and they have an empty board, and the other ones, I don't know, like the 3-drop Y'shtola where you can push more aggro, then you kind of have that, oh cool, I can just pick that.
Yeah. Or, you draw into a Searcher, play the Searcher. Okay, now you just got a combo going. Now you're really, you're making pace.
Yeah, which this deck has a lot of.
Oh yeah,
but,
for sure.
Going back to summons.
Yeah. Should we actually add this one right now? Should we just throw it in?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do I have it 2 or 3 in my deck?
I believe you have it at 3.
I'm pretty sure I have 3.
It's basically a free card, which is the driving point for me. Like
for sure.
And
it's gonna die easily too. It's a 5K.
Yeah.
So like it's gonna die easily.
But the main reason you're running him is because of the Scion tag.
Exactly. It's a Scion.
He's 2K for Ida, which is He basically reads draw a card. This card gives 2K to Ida. Like that's all you really need to care about with Urianger.
Yep. We were on the Titan.
Yeah. So you were looking at 1-drop Titan.
1-drop Titan.
All of your summons, which I have some objections with.
Oh no, so do I. Like we're not on different fields there.
Yeah, we're building your deck a little bit too.
Yeah, we're editing mine in while we're doing this, because I can criticize my own stuff. But yeah, so this Titan, you get 2 of the 4 options, or up to rather. You can choose a forward you control. It gains 1,000 power, just outright. All the forwards you control gain Brave. All the forwards you control gain, this forward cannot become dulled by summons or abilities of your opponent, and draw a free card. For 1, pretty good. For this Alexander, though, it's kind of combinations of them. Pretty nice.
Yeah, it's not a terrible card, because you have to look at it like 9 times out of 10 what's going to happen with it, right?
Yep.
Because like early game, you basically get... Early to mid game, you get the first effect.
Yeah.
It isn't until you hit that late game where you get that 5-point effect. And the 5-point effect is why you want to play it. It's basically a 2-drop, 5-drop Titan.
Right.
Which is very good.
Yeah.
Or wait, it fights both of them, or they deal damage?
Yeah, no, it's yours strong. Yeah, yours deals
okay,
damage.
Yeah. So it's a Titan.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's a backhanded slap.
At 5 damage. The issue is that you have to be at 5 damage for it. And until then, it's just a 3K buff of cannot be dulled.
Right, which is okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's definitely a toolbox card.
Yeah.
Like, personally, I'm putting it down to 1.
I would put it at 1 or 2.
1 or 2.
I might adjust it down to 1.
Mm-hmm.
But so the other summons though.
Mm-hmm.
This Rama right here. Too expensive in my opinion.
Yeah,
it costs 5. If it were cheaper, I'd be on board, but I just can't get behind it at cost 5 for this deck.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to be very efficient with your removal. Because your strength in this deck is protecting what you have on the field and making sure you have stuff on the field when you don't.
Yeah. And the new strength of the deck is recursion, because you have cards like the 6-drop Y'shtola, which we'll talk about soon.
Right.
And Minfilla, or 6-drop Minfilla, which once again is probably another card we're going to bring up.
Oh, yeah.
But Oracle of Light as well. Like, you have a lot of ways to sneak in these cards.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, I think just taking as much advantage of that as possible is really what you want to do. Like, in a way, I believe that you should be more so going for, if anything, protection.
Yep.
At least in your summons lineup.
I would swap that Rama for Mist Dragon.
Yeah,
that's a really fun card.
I put it at 2 in my build right now.
I get it 2 or 3. I might adjust it as we go.
Yeah.
But then moving on to this Rama.
Oh, also really quick, just stop on Mist Dragon for a second.
Yeah.
This card, I always highly underestimate. I always highly underestimate cards. But I had no idea how good the remove all cards from opponent's break zone draw one.
Would
be. It's just disgusting. It's really good in the mirror because you just get to turn off Oracle of Light.
Yep.
It's disgusting against like a lot of meta decks. It shuts down Marsh Ritz.
Yep.
There's a lot.
I did that to you the other day. Actually, that was fun.
And it sucked. It really sucked, and I hate you. But
it's revenge for that Shantotto 2 years ago.
My God.
I'm gonna ride that till the day I die.
But anyway, like Mist Dragon is just this utility card. It protects stuff against summons.
Yep.
Summons that we're gonna be talking about for this stuff.
Yep.
And the graveyard removal is nothing to scoff at. Like Mist Dragon on its surface looks like 3 okay effects.
Yep.
But, like those effects are a lot better than they look. And it also has the Titan effect of like choose a forward, dull, it can't be broken.
Yep.
Or can't receive any damage. That's weird. Damage this turn, huh?
Yeah. That's still cool. I mean, that's
popular Scion's mirror. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It was actually really funny. Oh, so quick aside. We were hanging out a few weeks ago, post vaccinations. A few people, and we're playing some Final Fantasy, and sit down, and I'm sitting in my little deck, my double wide deck box, and I'm like, do I want to play Samurai today? Do I want to play Scions today? I'll play Scions. So I put Samurai aside, and our buddy across from me pulls out his Samurai deck. We're playing each other.
Yeah.
We go back and forth for a while, 6 and 6, and finally he ekes out the last point and nails me.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, can I see your build?" And I'm like, "Yeah, actually, can I see yours too?" And we swap. And then he's like, "Oh my God, this is almost identical to the build I was gonna play Scions against you, but I decided to play Samurai." I'm like, "That's funny. I almost played Samurai."
That's good.
Yeah. So we were chuckling about that.
Yeah. But moving on to the summons.
Yeah, so this Rama, it's a good card still. I don't dislike it. I don't think it's as useful right now as some other options.
Yeah, and we'll get into those options.
Yeah, so I'm going to bump this down to 1 for the moment. And I'm going to look up a little buddy of mine called Bahamut Zero.
Yes.
And this card is this card's a jerk. It looks cool. He's the Chad, right?
Yeah.
He looks cool. His dad's a lawyer. He's got like that haircut, like short hair with like the front gelled like up.
Yeah. He's driven a Ferrari to school a couple times, but it's his dad's.
Yeah, right.
It's his dad's.
Exactly.
Like,
so
I put, because personally, you have Bahamut Zero in your build as a one of,
Mhm.
and I 100% agree with that. Like, because the big thing about swapping the 5-drop Rama with this is like 5-drop Rama had the EX. And EX is super nice.
EX is cool, but if you're waiting for the EX and not hard casting, no matter what, you're just wasting that card. If you're hard casting it, you're paying too much. If you're waiting for the EX, that's living on a prayer, and you're only ever going to be halfway there.
Yeah, but Bahamut Zero, on the other hand, I'm not even acknowledging it.
You just did.
Bahamut Zero, on the other hand, like it's good as a one-off because this card wins games. Like, outright.
This is a like push for game card.
It's not good enough to win games by itself.
Right.
Like the thing is, you need to have a good board state.
Yep.
They need to have the perfect board state.
This is your coup de grace.
Have to be tapped out.
Yeah.
To make sure that Bahamut Zero works.
Right.
But when it does, when you line it up, it's just an instant win.
Yep. It's your coup de grace. It's your finisher. It's your execution tool. It's the axe. So I love this card. I put it at 1 in mine. And if I lose it, I lose it. I still have other options, right? So yeah, I gotta say you gotta have one. I'm never gonna not, unless something better comes out, right?
Yeah.
I'm never gonna say take out Bahamut Zero.
Yeah. And then finally we have the 5-drop Odin, which I hate to admit, I realize you should be running that.
Well, that's the thing, right? I'm gonna cut these other Rama that I have in here, and that's what that's gonna be. I just need more. I only pulled 3 out of my boxes.
Oh, yeah.
All 3 boxes from that all 3, and I got 3 of this card.
Is it an H?
No,
It's an R. Oh,
it's
my
an
gosh,
R. Yeah. I don't know what happened.
I wonder if I have 3. Whatever. But yeah, that Odin's really solid.
I like it.
That's, in my opinion, probably some of the best removal that Lightning's gotten. Because we're still seeing expensive forwards, right? We're still seeing cards like Philia and Braska still seeing play. But Odin being able to kill something like a Ritz.
Yeah.
And just being able to kill something like that for 5 mana, which a little bit much.
Yeah.
But just being able to reduce... if you've received 5 points of damage. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's part of the cycle of Opus 13. Because the thing is, you don't mind paying 5 for that effect, really.
Yep.
Like, paying 5 for that effect, whatever. But you're willing to. Because you're killing something outright. It doesn't have to be active. It doesn't have to be dull.
Yeah.
It just needs to cost less than 5.
It's less significant condition than the Rama that you were running for requiring it to be active. Yeah. Because there's a lot of ways around that for a lot of different types of decks right now. Yeah. I think I have a bunch of extras. You go. Oh yeah, no. By all means, yeah. Throw them in the Discord or throw them in chat or whatever. We'll definitely take a look. Yeah, everybody.
I got 3 of those from 1 box. Oh my god.
Wow.
I wonder. But yeah, that Odin is like sick. Like I'm actually like 100% for keeping that at 3. Yeah. Because that card is nuts.
I'm in. Yeah, I know. I'm in for this Odin. It's solid. 10 summons right now. Yeah, I might
5 off.
You
put the Alexander down to 1. Miss Dragon at 2 or 3 is fine. 1 set 4-drop Rama could stay or go.
Yeah, really. This one, honestly, I'm so
because you're running 7 summons.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my lineup at some point. I need to grab another Mist Dragon out of the pile and throw it in here. I'm gonna swap that out for some other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm also considering recommending Fenrir.
Yeah. Both of them, really.
Both. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of darker. Well, there is light in the meta right now.
In the mirror,
it's good.
It's a anti-Neo-X death card, which is very nice.
That's really the primary concern. But it seems so far that a lot of decks aren't centering on Ned. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Let me know what your I mean, it's whatever you want. We're not looking for specific kinds of decks, so just throw us whatever. But the other Fenrir though, it's modular, so 5-drop is a little expensive, but it does some pretty good stuff. So light or dark forward, just break it outright, which is cool. Back up a 4 or more, break it, which that one's it's okay. You're not as likely to encounter that one.
Yeah.
But it's there. Choose a monster and break it outright. That's awesome. That's really cool.
It's not going to be relevant all the time.
It's not going to be that relevant, and your opponent can typically activate a monster or utilize a monster before it breaks. So you'll just stack it. But depending on how much you want to harsh their buzz, it's an option.
Yeah.
And choose an Earth forward of cost 2 in your break zone. Play it for free.
So I
that one.
And I was like, that's interesting, but the thing is, you're not I was like, what 2-drop Earths are you running? And then I
literally just Ida.
You're running Ida.
It's just Ida.
And that's good enough.
But that's good, yeah.
Because Ida is, I don't want to say she's the win con, but
right?
she's your boss monster in a way. She's the thing that's attacking and usually killing something.
Mm-hmm.
And even though she's not the center of the deck anymore, she's not the only good thing in the deck. She's still really good.
Yep.
She's still the reason why you run primarily Scion backup. She's still the reason you run Papalimo.
Yep.
She's still really good.
Yeah, she is the linchpin of the deck. She is the cornerstone that you're depending on. So the more times you can recur her, the better.
Yeah.
So either or, things to consider, but we're gonna leave this as is for now.
Yeah. Because I'm personally for making the summons, especially in Scions, like a toolbox.
Yeah.
So you have access to Mist Dragon for protection, you have access to Odin for removal, and then 1 5-drop Fenrir, 1 2-drop Fenrir, 1 2-drop Alexander. If you keep it diverse, especially in a Scions deck where you really don't know what you're going to go up against, you're not building too much for one matchup or against one matchup.
Exactly.
You kind of have access to a lot of things.
Yep.
However, the opposite side of that is that you don't really have any summon recursion. You don't have any way to fetch summons, really, which can be an issue.
But the effects that your cards provide can sometimes kind of fill in for that.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about the backup lineup for a second.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No, let's go to the forwards, because that's probably more direct.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to chime in first with this Thancred. Not anymore. Back the last couple times Scion saw the light of day, this Thancred was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays it's all about the new starter Thancred. Which Ty, if you could hand me that one real quick. Yeah. Cool. So we got those. Actually, I'll just search it here.
Yeah. Because you're running 2 of him.
Yeah.
And 2 of Chibi Thancred from that's Opus.
I'm running 2 of those?
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah,
that's bad. Yeah, that should be a 1 of at most. But this Thancred, this one's pretty good. So when a Scion enters the field, other than Thancred, anywhere in the field, right, forward or backup, Thancred gains 2k haste and brave. That's awesome. That's choice. And he has a special. So it just costs another Thancred. So special, dull him. Choose a forward, deal a damage according to Thancred's power. Which is also great because then you can play a Scion.
Yeah.
And, say you have Oracle Light out, that's 12k. You can just nuke something. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the new 14 starter deck, the dual deck kit, is 100% a banger.
Worth buying.
Oh yeah,
we did a review on it and it's really good.
Yeah, it's solid. It's a good value.
I still remember the big point that I made about it is the Scion side of the deck is great if you want to build Scions. It's perfect if you want to build Scions. It's wonderful. And the other half of the deck has a bunch of cool cards to just take out of it.
Yep.
So the Scions deck you could basically keep the same and change stuff out of. The Emmett Selch kind of side of it is you take out the singles. You take out Philia, you take out Emmett Selch, you take out cards like that just to use individually and on your own. I think Rajit is a card that I trash talked.
Yeah, you did, but I like that card. I think it's hilarious. Yeah.
Every time I talk trash about a card, it sees play, and
when are you gonna stop?
Oh my god! It all started with Diabolos, but yeah, the new starter deck is ridiculous for this deck. I think it's. I don't want to say it's pushed it into super meta, but I think it's definitely pushed it to tier 2, tier 2, maybe tier 3. It's way better than it used to be. I was gonna say personally I like the 3-drop Thancred a little bit.
I do, yeah. So let's talk about that one. Yeah. So the Chibi Thancred, that crosses over with Pictologica. When he enters the field, choose a forward opponent controls, dull it. Okay, that's cool. That's nice. When he enters the field, until the end of the turn, if the CP paid to play Thancred was only produced by Category 14 backups, Thancred gains 2k haste and first strike. So that's pretty neat. It's just kind of a good early game card, and late game you can pitch it to special the other Thancred. Mm-hmm. There's just nothing bad about this card. It's a 1k under curve for power, but there's so many ways to get over that. Mm-hmm. Whatever.
I think the worst thing about them is the Category 14 backups.
Yeah.
If it was just Category 14 cards,
it's not Scion backups though.
Yeah.
It's 14.
It's not Scion backups, yeah.
So that by itself makes it a decent one of. I just think it's a cute card that somehow stayed relevant from Opus 7. So that's cool. The 7-drop Thancred, this one is good. But the reason you play it is exclusively to get it off with Oracle of Light. Because if this is in Break Zone, Oracle goes to Break Zone, remove, play Thancred, that's a 7-drop for free.
Yeah.
And then he's got effects, and he gets haste if you have the twins, so his effect there can come in when he attacks.
Yeah. I'm not crazy about him.
Yeah.
His ETB won't trigger, which is the one thing that always gets me about him. But the thing is, you have to target a 1-drop. So unless you're running the other Urianger, you're not gonna get the first effect.
Well, sure.
And the second effect is okay, but the thing is, it's a lot better in a mono lightning deck where you're able to easily kill something 4-drop, easily kill something.
Well, sure, but I mean, so you'd have you can kill a 2-drop, which is cool because Thancred and Urianger, but it's still a good. I think it's just a good one-of to goof around with. Just having it there, and in worst case, it's a special.
Yeah.
It's got a place as a one-of and nothing more. Mm-hmm. And that's fine. This Ishtola though.
I think it's fine as a one-of.
Yeah, it's a good one-of. I think I'm running it as a 1 or 2 of.
You are running it as a 2 of.
I'm a 2 of. Okay, so yeah, 1 or 2.
Is also fine. Yeah. It is a very strong card. When it's online, it's really gross.
Yeah. That being said, the 6-drop, though. Once again, going back to that starter dual deck set. So the first line, banging. Like, that's never bad. Second, when she enters the field, choose a forward in your break zone. If its cost is equal to or less than the number of scions you control, period, like all over the field, play it onto the field.
Which you're going to be reviving your entire...
Yeah, you have your whole deck as your option at this, like, if you're playing well enough.
Yeah.
Or
The exact only issue with Y'shtola is you can't play the other Y'shtola.
Yeah, right?
Like, that's its real weakness.
Yeah, well, unless you're entitled.
Also, I'm going to expose you really quick. You're only running one of it, and you're talking mad game about it right now.
Look, I had to have space. I'm gonna adjust things. Yeah. Like, this is like I said, we're working on me too.
Human, yeah.
This is self-reflection as much as it is critiquing of somebody else's work.
So, in my belief, personally, you run 2 of the 6-drop Y'shtola.
Yep. Okay.
2 of the 4-drop Y'shtola. 1 of the 3-drop Y'shtola multi-element.
Yep. I am in full agreement with what you just said.
Because that Y'shtola, it's going to be hard to play, and we're going to adjust the backup lineup to make it easier to play.
Yeah, for sure.
But it sucks to play. But it sucks to play, but it also sucks to stare down.
Oh, yeah.
Because being able to attack under things, or deals damage... Yeah, and then it has the Aerith effect, or the damage prevention effect. The Minwu effect.
The Minwu effect, yeah. And it can be blocked by a cost 4 or more.
Yeah, the evasion.
Yeah. So the ducking under is really nice.
And on top of all of that, it has haste.
Exactly.
And it's ridiculously overcurve. And it's a Scion of the 7th Dawn. Like, there's a lot to like about it. It's hard to play.
I remember when this card got spoiled, and everyone was like, oh my god, Scions are broken. Oh,
panicking.
Like, there were minor panic attacks. It was funny.
I still remember. I'm gonna call out the Reddit really quick, but like, I still remember on the Reddit someone said this is the most broken card I've ever seen, and a week prior, Barrel Eye got revealed.
Yeah.
And I said Colin, throw your deck in. We'll make it better.
Let's go.
But what was it? Yeah. Oh. So, because the week prior, Barrel Eye got revealed, and I said, bro, have you seen Barrel Eye? Because, like, Barrel Eye was, like, the talk of the town at the time, and I think I got downvoted for that. Probably rightfully so. But, like, Y'shtola's gross.
Y'shtola's really good.
Extremely gross.
Yep.
Oddly enough, in a Science deck, she's not... Only because you're kind of struggling to pay for wind.
Right. Well, we'll solve that.
Yeah. But Y'shtola... Like, that's... I like the ratio that you put in right now, where it's 2 6-drop, 2 4-drop, 1 3-drop.
Yep.
She's not terribly hard to play, and if you have to pitch that Y'shtola, you have to pitch that Y'shtola. Like,
right.
No problem. But I think the importance is on the 6-drop Y'shtola, being able to revive, or Oracle... Wait, is Oracle Fight choose 1 forward in your break zone if it's cost... Well, Oracle Light you're going to be removing from the game.
Exactly, yeah.
But being able to add back Urianger and to draw a free card. Being able to target Ida. Being able to target Papalymo and the search. Being able to target a Thancred. Like...
Literally, your whole forward lineup is an option except for Oracle of Light, because she's not in the break zone to begin with, but also she's not a Scion, so whatever. But enough about the forwards. We need to talk about the backups.
Yes.
Because this has a few... I want to say flaws, but it is definitely... it's lagging. It's stiff. And so it needs some adjustment. Because yes, these are backups that you want. They're great backups. But there are other great cards that are necessary in your backup lineup because they do something important.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about those here.
Though right off the bat, I'm 100% behind 3 Alpha No 3 LSA.
Yeah.
That's my personal thing. I love those cards.
No, there's never a bad time to have the haste and the cheapening effect.
Yeah, I think they're incredibly strong. I personally like 3 Creel. That might just be me. I really like 3 Creel. You're currently running her at 1, I believe.
Yeah, so I run her at 1 because I want the Kate Sith.
Yeah.
Which they both do similar things. Their protection in different ways. Because she's not. So I'm looking. So from
her
my
effect is worse than Kate Sith.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just flat out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll just go in and say it. Like the fact that she's a Scion, awesome.
Yeah.
But her utility is currently almost irrelevant.
Yeah.
As we said with, stuff that protects that in the summon lineup, I have a hard time justifying running this as more than a 2 of, because she doesn't do enough.
Because to me, at least, the big reason Creel could be vanilla.
Yeah.
And have the Scions of the 7th Dawn deck, and I'd still run her at 2.
Mm-hmm.
Only because just having a backup Scion does so much for the deck. It powers up your 6-drop Yashola, makes 4-drop Yashola work easier.
Yep.
Makes Ida work easier. And on top of that, it's an Urianger J target.
Mm-hmm.
I personally like Creel at 2. At least 2. Does she break herself? Oh no, she just stops the effect.
Yep, she just stops it, which is why she costs, the effect costs something.
Yeah. But that's why I personally like the Creel. That's why I'm an advocate for running her at 2.
Yep.
2 or 3, really.
Yeah.
Just for the Scion attack.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my case for Creel.
Sure. With that being said, I mentioned the Kate Sith. So let's search Sith. We'll be Star Wars fans for a second. So I like this Kate Sith because I think she. Let's just go neutral here. Choose a summon, choosing a forward that you control. Cancel it. That's cool. I'm willing to pay an extra 2 and break them for this. Because there's a lot of effects right now that choose stuff, or summons, rather.
Yeah.
So to have that raw protection is worth giving up the Scion tag, in my opinion, because you're running so many forward Scions anyway, and you're protecting them.
Yeah, that's where we disagree. I prefer to have the Scion tag over everything.
Sure. But, all that power doesn't matter if it's not protected.
Yeah.
If it's a glass cannon, you don't want, a little hammer to come up behind it. Dink!
Mm-hmm.
So, We'll discuss the ratios of this in a bit. But Louisoix we don't need a lot of because you have the 3 Alfie and Alisei. So you don't need to search it that desperately. The twins are gonna be there. You're gonna have them. It's very rare when I'm playing this deck that I don't bump into them.
Yeah. And on top
naturally.
of that, Louisoix isn't a Scion.
Correct.
So
that's a situation where he doesn't do enough, in my opinion, to justify running a non-Scion in the backups.
And canonically makes sense, but yeah.
Yeah. So 2 or 1, depending. He's not an EX either. If he was an EX, I'd be 3 of.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. Even if he just fetches you,
mm-hmm.
Even when you already have both of them out, even if he just fetches you a card to discard on EX, that'd be super nice.
Yeah.
And you don't want to play him just to fetch one of those, just so you have an extra light.
Yeah, because you're not breaking your backups typically in this deck. So that's a big crucial point. But let's move on to some of the more. Oh, so actually, before we get there, let's talk about some of the most expensive backups here. If you can get your hands on them. Sure, but if not, I can't judge you for not running them. Shantotto.
Yeah.
These are currently, last I checked the other day, they were running for $40.
Wow.
Yeah, they're up there again.
Because I think the lowest she's ever tipped was 15.
Yep.
And she was 20 for a while, but
Yeah. She's Opus 1 is out of print for the most part, and so she's harder and harder to get. The Legacy version is still up there in price. Because, it's still one of the best cards in the game. It's the Dark Hole.
Yeah, it's literally the reason we named our podcast after. Because we were like, this is the Black Hole. This is the Raigeki. This is the card people are going to recognize if they've played before.
And honestly, her character is just awesome.
Yeah,
she's just a cool character. I like her. I never even played 11 for more than half an hour, and I like her.
But she's also very good at. She's very easy to send to commissioner artists.
Yeah,
which I really like.
Yeah, right. That sets us up pretty well. Jeff, if you're listening, I do need to hit you up and double check. Check in with you on that. By the way, but. She gives you the multi-element stuff, which is awesome. Board wipe is not something you want to do often. You actually want to avoid it at all costs.
Yeah.
This is your last ditch. I am just getting slammed. I need to do something about it. And it has saved me in situations like when you're playing your Archfiends.
Yeah. So a good example of the usefulness of Shantotto is I was setting up Archfiends to be able to, I think, set up almost like a turn 4 kill.
Yeah. You're getting really hard. You're getting in there.
You slammed 3 backups in the first 2 turns.
Yep.
And I slammed, I think, Golbez and something else.
Yeah. You had a backup and then you immuned it and played something else too.
It was, I'm trying to remember the other forward, but it was Golbez something. And I was just like, okay, literally next turn I could like push through for game. Oh, it was Golbez Camlanot.
There, yeah.
Eldnarsh to set up Last Paradise Win.
Yep.
And Shantotto just wiping my board. Like, you only killed 2 forwards, and that destroyed me that game.
Yep.
Like, the
that
big
was a
thing
rough one.
about Shantotto is like you're not gonna use her when you're ahead, obviously.
Right.
But when you're behind, or even when they wipe your board, or even when they really get the advantage off of a very powerful forward like a Braska's or a Philia, or even their own 3-drop Y'shtola, like Shantotto is just a contingency plan.
Contingency, yeah.
She's just, I'm gonna kill something.
Yep.
And that's what makes her so powerful in the deck. Because she's just basically a one-off.
She's the advantage remover. Again, so she's like your last ditch up. She's your nuke the city because it's overwhelmed with zombies.
She's as I've described her as this before. She's the great equalizer.
Yes.
She
is death.
Yeah. If they're too far ahead, now they're not.
Yeah.
If you're too far ahead, they can play Shantotto.
Yep.
Like, she's like, to use terms from another card game, she's like the Maxi, or kind of closer to the Nibiru, where she just keeps everything in check.
Yep.
Because the opponent has to constantly think, do they have a Shantotto? Am I pushing too far? Like, I noticed that they have 3 backups. They could play Shantotto off of a discard 2. Should I do this?
Yep. And like, if you want an option as Star Sybil to search her, Star Sybil breaks herself. You can play that 6-drop Y'shtola off of it, get a card back for free, and then you've made back the value of losing a backup if you want.
Yeah. And on top of that, Star Sybil could also play the Y'shtola for free, or the 3-drop Y'shtola for free.
That too. You can play anything for free except for Thancred, really, the 7-drop Thancred. So that is a good value if you want to do that. My preference, though, is running Tyro instead.
Or alongside.
Right. You can do alongside. More what I meant. Because Tyro is, so this card's cheap. Like, 5-drop is expensive in the game, but the actual money cost of the card is like nothing.
At least for non-foils.
Right? Yeah. Duh. We're talking non-foils and everything here.
I'm saying as someone who picked up foil playset for like $30 trade value. My deck got top 3. Want to rate it?
We're not so much rating decks right now. It's more like fixing it. But I mean, if you want us to, show it off, like at the end of the stream, by all means,
Yeah, at the end of the stream, we're happy to look at it and just kind of be like, yeah, this is really good.
Yep. We can do that.
We had someone submit a wind fire deck that topped their locals.
Yeah, was that Muhammad?
3 weeks in a row.
I think it was Muhammad a couple streams ago.
Yeah, it was a couple streams ago, but I don't know if it was him.
I think it was.
He was like, "Do you guys have any concrete?" And we're like, "Nope."
Yep. We can't critique this. Like, it's good. Yeah, I think we swapped out like 2 cards. We're just maybe switch this.
I think we switched like a summon or something.
Yeah, it was something silly. But yeah, so Tyro is another multi-element card, which is awesome. He searches a forward, which is also great. He's EX, which is even better. And at damage 5, he can just buff something by 2k. That's awesome. And it doesn't break him to do it. So you can just keep doing it. I really like this card. This is a card I underestimated when it first came out. I didn't think it was going to be as great as it was. And then the set dropped. And I think it was like 2 days after the set came out. And I was like, hey, Ty, do you have any extra Tyros?
Oh, yeah. I was hype as hell for this.
Yeah,
card.
yeah.
I think it was like my number 1 most anticipated card of the set, really.
It was,
you were in March.
Yeah. You were hype. So this is a good option. I like to run it as one of, once again.
Yeah. It's fine at 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So one called it, Woodsmith didn't know his. Oh, yeah, hey, that's fair. I woke up this morning, like, it was 5 a.m. I looked out my window. It was still, dawn was breaking, and I'm like, oh, man, I'm so glad it's Saturday. Wait.
Oh, no.
I don't know why my brain just decided it was Saturday. Luckily, I didn't miss work. But moving on to how the hell we expect to play this Y'shtola.
Tyro.
Well, yes, Tyro.
And then, your choice.
My choice here for playing that one, and it's a multi-use thing, so it's not just a single narrow toolbox. So I like Princess Sarah. So I like that, she can name the element, it becomes the element, whatever. You don't have to worry about the Oracle of Light conflict. They don't clash with each other because Princess Sarah changes elements. Great, cool.
However, when you play, you can't play her while Oracle of Light's on the field.
Correct.
You can play Oracle of Light while Princess Sarah's on the field.
Yes.
Which is a bit of a conflict.
Sure, but like it's an easy one to solve.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't have huge ramifications. Granted, this is a tech choice. I'm presenting an option here. If you want to ignore it, no insult taken, no offense. We're good. But also, you can buff that Y'shtola by 1k by declaring Princess Sarah's wind when she enters, and then Y'shtola becomes even stronger, and she can duck under more she can jump over more damage, right? Yeah. Oracle of Light also exacerbates this, and very much augments it, allows her to become 12k if the situation is correct. And I like that a lot. It's, or if you want to go crazy Tyro, like you can just keep going, and going. But that's a very, again, one-dimensional thing. Again, tech choice, it's something I like to do. I'm not going to throw it in your build right now because there are other priorities, but it's something to keep in mind. I like it. I'm still debating whether I want to keep it or not, but throwing it out there. But moving on, the other Minfilia. Once again, another reason to get the new dual deck set. This is a reprint in there. It's a 2-of. So, 6-drop backup for Scions. When she enters the field, choose 2 characters in your break zone and take them back. That's awesome. Then, she has pay 3, 2 of which are Earth. Break her. Choose a light or dark character and break it. That's also great. That's an anti-Ned. That's, that's an anti... If you really want to be a jerk, you can, mirror match shenanigans early game, or what else? I'm trying to think of what other situation, but it's light and dark kill.
Against, I don't know, an Oracle of Light, but...
right, yeah.
Kills a Ned isn't bad. Like, the thing...
Yeah.
Like, people will try to, turbo out Ned as fast as possible.
Sure, yeah.
And you don't exactly want to answer that with a Minfilla, but, you play her early to mid just to get cards back. You play her late to get specific cards back, and then her second effect's just kind of icing.
Yeah, it's there if you need it. It's a desperation move should you actually come across it.
But in that way, I prefer the 4-drop Minfilla.
Yeah, which is why this is a 1-of.
Yeah.
Because you can do the search with the 4-drop, and then if you need the recursion, you have it. If you need the light-dark removal, you have it. But it's not a focal point of... what you're doing with your backups.
Yeah.
And again, it still counts as a Scion, so that's great. That's cool. We need one or 2 more backups, Ty. What would you suggest here? What do you want to throw into the,
Because I'm looking at what I threw in. So, over Princess Sarah, I always suggest Cosmos. That card just kind of has a special place in my heart. I really like Cosmos and Chaos from Opus.
Hey, there's no... Yeah, that's fair.
Gives you the multi-element. But the thing is, they're basically running it just to play Y'shtola. My only issue. It's a multi-element card, however, it's not a Scion, which is my issue.
Right.
It allows you to play her, which is why I like her, but it's not the best.
Well, either way, you still want to have that option of wind directly. Another reason that I run her, not Cosmos, Princess Sarah, is because I also run Boonavels. I got this idea from Greg Cole, actually. I think it was his account. But the cost required to play him is reduced by 2 for each backup of a different element that you control.
Yeah, so you're usually
other than the multi-element stuff, so dual element stuff.
Yeah, at worst you're gonna play him for 6.
Yeah, so at worst you're gonna play him for 6. At best you can play him for 4. And a 10k for 4 is great, but damage 3 and 6 abilities, just keep going with that.
Yeah.
However,
oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say they just keep making sure that the incentive is it just climbs.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
However, he doesn't get haste, which is
no, he doesn't get haste.
Something I just don't like. That always kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Sure.
Because the thing is, yeah, he's this big scary boy, but the thing is, like, Ida, the thing that makes Ida incredibly scary is that you play her, and because of Elfino, she has haste.
Yeah.
Like, she can just, or LSA rather.
Right.
She could just rush it and insta-kill something, or start attacking face. Like, there's, oh, it's the guys in the, oh, fun.
Oh, cool.
Teardrop lighting. Like, he's a really cool card, and however, in the games that we played, I haven't seen you play him yet. I think you played him.
I played him against other people.
Yeah.
And I love him because his damage 3 effect is silly, but his damage 6 effect is just like, choose a character, break it.
Yeah.
Like that, dude, I would play that against Abraskas just to get the rest of my stuff through it. Like that, I don't know, it's fun enough that, you know, it's goofy. It's fun. It's a card that I'm willing to experiment with, and I might cut it. But at the moment, I like it enough as a one-of that I'm keeping it and Princess Sarah like almost exclusively for each other.
Yeah.
And
like Princess Sarah, like, I'm not exactly gonna knock it. Like,
yeah,
it's a handy card. You play Y'shtola. Worst case scenario, if you pitch like the 3-drop Y'shtola early, you could just have her declare Earth.
Yep.
And she just makes Ida bigger. She makes
Ida Beta.
Ida.
Ida does Beta.
She makes Papalimo closer to being on curve. Like, she's solid. Like, actually, I'll just fully admit, like, you're probably better off running Princess Sarah over
Cosmos.
Especially because of the 1-drop, because you just play her turn 2. And
yeah, exactly. I was gonna say she's just on all multi. Yep, you got extra colors. But another reason that I run Princess Sarah and get the wind is Unsaga Nashi. I'm not gonna type out the whole name because screw that. But Unsaga Nashi is a great way to protect your everything. Because put it in the break zone from the field, choose a forward you control. It can't be chosen by your opponents and summons or abilities this turn. Awesome. Damage 5. Do the same thing. Activate all your forwards, and none of them can be chosen.
Yeah.
That late game is just the biggest middle finger to like half the summons in the game.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
Yeah. I cannot tell you how many times this card has ruined my day. Like, a good example, once again, so I'm referring to like when we played Scions versus Archfiends.
Yep.
Like, I literally could have pushed for game.
Yep.
Because I popped my 6-drop Golbez, I got Cognazo, I was going to use Cognazo effect to pop one of your forwards, which would give me enough leeway to just barely eke out 6 damage.
Yep.
And I just couldn't, because you had Unsaga Nashi. Unsaga Nashi, by himself, is enough of a threat to stop people from doing things. People have to, like, play around him.
Yep.
In the worst possible
way.
Well,
it's like Laic when it first came out, right? It was a 1-drop, and it was, reactivate your stuff when your opponent attacks. Well, now your opponent's just not going to attack if you have a bigger board, because then they just lose. They just auto-lose that engagement.
Exactly.
And so this being the modern equivalent of it is, I was super hyped for this card when it came out. I'm still hyped for it because I love this just like, haha, you thought kind of cards. So I run this at 2 in my deck.
Yeah. And even if you don't hit damage 5, it's really good. Like, just being able to pop it to just stop a Bahamut 0, just to stop an Odin, just to stop, like, just anything. Or even just, like, a single targeted effect. Like, it hurts from someone who's been burnt by it a lot. Like, it hurts.
So, at this point, we're actually very close to my build, but we actually do have some pretty good variants. And I'm actually going to take some advice from myself and edit my own deck to probably get closer to this.
Like the Odins.
Yeah, the Odins for sure. You know, that's... though I need those, but I'll get them.
God, I just looked up a card to suggest for the backup lineup.
Yeah?
I was trying to see if the Flip Lightning card added wind. Because it's like, it just searches for... Oh, wait, maybe the new one does.
The new one probably does. I forget if it's wind or water.
Wind or earth is the issue. Because you're going to hit an earth.
Yeah, you're going to hit an earth real fast. I mean, it'd be funny if you hit Y'shtola, though.
That would be
You hit both conditions in one. But that being said, this is effectively... This is what I would recommend. I'm still iffy on this Rama for this deck.
Wait, how many cards are in the deck?
This is this is 50-50.
That's 50-50.
50 out of 50.
Yeah.
Do you want to pull something out still?
No, my at least in my build, I'm sitting at 17 backups, which is why I was like, how are you at 16?
Because what did you add?
I threw in, so I'm running 2 Creel, and I actually threw in the
It's the 2 Creel, yeah. Oh, you threw in the Princess Sarah. Okay.
Yeah, because like you do have a good point. Like I do like that with the monster. Because something I realized in your build right now is you have no way. Well, outside of Tyro and Shinto, you have no way to play the Unsaganashi.
Or Pitchishtola.
But
yeah.
In your real life build, you are running one of the 2-drop.
I am running one
2-drop.
Yeah, I am running. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So because in that case, I would probably cut. Oh god, this forward lineup's really good. I've been on this soapbox before. I really don't like 7-drop Thancred.
Yeah.
That's it. I really like him in Mono Lightning. Like he has space in decks.
Yeah.
Just not in this deck.
Right. Yeah. Lightning is better with the outright break stuff. Mm-hmm. Like that's just better. That's what it's good at right now. And like you said, like, was it before the stream or was it while we were dealing with the technical stuff? Like, Lightning and Ice both haven't gotten like the best summons lately.
Yeah.
So
that was something that I think it was Matt Rice said on the Facebook page where he was just like, Ice hasn't gotten a good summon since Glacia. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, now I feel like I'm wrong because I think the Odin's really good. And I like, it's just a card that just flew under my radar. Like
it's okay. I don't think it's like great though. It's good.
Yeah.
It's definitely good, but I don't think it qualifies for great.
I think it's the second best Odin we've ever gotten.
It's up there. It's really up there.
Personally, for me, number one is the 6-drop one, but that's because you could run it in an Odin build similar to Ifrita.
Well, sure, yeah, but that's situation. It's contextual.
Yeah. But Odin has more support.
Yeah, I honestly I would be okay cutting this Rama for one of the other Urianger, which I will probably do because as much as I love that card, the monster recursion here it's okay. Honestly, I never use this card though. I've not used this Urianger against you once.
Yeah, that's probably why it's best to just keep it at 1 then.
Yeah, like it's an okay one of, but yeah, this is where I would recommend this deck. Yeah, I think this is as without overhauling it and totally shredding it. This is like close to peak Scions in my opinion.
Yeah, if you really feel like it, you could probably cut the Unsaganashi and probably run a different forward.
Yeah.
You could even probably run. Well, you're running Oracle of Light for your light and dark slot. But you could probably even bump the 4-drop Bishola up to 3.
Yeah.
Once again, I always just cutting Thancred, but trying to think if there's any other forwards. No, that's really it. Like that's all the forwards that you really want. Maybe running another of the 3-drop Thancred just to do 4-drop Thancred.
Yeah. At this point though, we're just discussing ratios.
Exactly.
Like it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, I'd cut. Depends on whether or not you want to run Unsaganashi. If you don't want to run Unsaganashi, I suggest cutting it for more summons. So you run maybe another Bahamut Zero if you want, maybe a Fenrir, probably the 5-drop Fenrir.
Yeah, that is definitely an option here.
However, this build is fine. Like
you're good. Like this is what I mean. If with the right piloting, I think you're gonna have a good time with this deck.
Yeah, like my list is not very different. From this. Like,
so pick up the new 14 dual deck.
Thancred has effect to deal its power to its damage as a crucial control tool. After playing Scions with many Thancred, you run recursion could be amazing for my control.
Pretty much.
That was the other card. Kucha Spell.
Oh yes.
That's probably worth a mention.
No, Kusith, you dingleberry.
Kusith, yeah.
You dingleberry. Yeah, choose a 4 to back up and just take it back.
Mm-hmm.
Just take it. Take it and go.
Because the thing is that lets you recur Ida. That lets you power Thancred special.
Yep.
That lets you add back Girish Tola. Like it just does a lot.
Yeah. So
if anything, I'd cut like an Alexander for it.
Yeah, I could say you can cut an Alexander for it. Maybe even maybe I was gonna say a Mist Dragon.
Yeah.
Mist Dragon for a 1 of a Kusith.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, Kusith. Like these are just cards to consider. At the very least.
For sure. This was Walter, right?
Yes.
What?
FIF. Fix-It-Friday, you dingus.
Well, I wasn't sure if we were gonna make a Ty and Eric version like we usually do.
I was planning on the thing.
Do we even? Yeah,
my build is like exactly like yours, which is why I don't know why we would. Like, yeah, there's no real reason for us to like disagree on this one. Like, it's I don't know. This is like kind of the builds that I kind of view as like idyllic. Once again, I think the only thing that anyone could really disagree with is maybe Unsaganashi. But and what was it? As Riss is saying, like 7-drop Thancred. I'd rather run the 3-drop Thancred personally. Or
you say Riss instead of Reese?
Reese. Wow, sorry.
Ty.
I keep thinking it's spelled R-E-E-S-E. Reese.
Too much Malcolm in the middle, man.
The big Y'shtola for board swings. Yeah, that was the point I was making. So like, because
yeah.
Yeah.
That's your main target.
Yeah. Oracle targeting 7-drop Thancred to me just isn't worth it. Because you're not getting you're definitely not getting his first effect.
Yeah, no,
he's
just a good target for the special, I think. And should you be running like a more lightning heavy version of the deck, then he's better.
I still say you're better off just running another 3-drop.
That's okay. Again, tech choices, like it's whatever. Like if you don't want this here, I'm not gonna judge you for taking it out. But yeah, Shantotto, yep, $40. Yep, $40 on the market.
Oh, budget alternative. Put this into the comments really quick. Budget alternative for Shantotto is Prompto.
Yes.
People forget about that card a lot. I love it. It's a very good card. Whenever I'm building a budget deck, I use Prompto. I remember we did a Pauper tournament, and I tried to translate my Earth Ice into Pauper, and instead of Shantotto, I was running 3 Promptos.
Did more than one person submit a Scions? No. We just wanted to not name it only Scions because we wanted just it is a Fix-It-Friday thing.
We went off the username, the Walter thing.
Yeah,
I think that's what he's confused about.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we could change the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me double check the DM so we can get like his first name.
Okay.
How do I double check the DMs?
Was it this one?
Yes.
This was? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rename it Labros.
Okay.
Dope.
All right. I think, right?
Close enough.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna correct my own typing here. Make me not. There we go.
Eric. Oh my god. Amateur hour.
Okay. Update. Cool. So, with that out of the way, let's look at Bounce Lonnie Bounce. So this one we will open the deck editor.
Did we get any comments on this one, or did he say anything about it? The person who submitted it.
No, that's fine. I can find it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. So moving on here, this one. I didn't get a chance to preview this one, so but at first glance, it's not bad.
Yeah, it runs a lot of things that I really like.
Yeah, I mean, it's Weewa. Like that, it's Weewa. It's fine.
One second, highlight Clavat for me really quick.
Clavat back up. There we go.
So Fire Eyes. Okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
all
so
right,
that's a Lonnie finder. Yeah, it's a Lonnie magnet, which is cool.
Oh, no problem, dude.
Absolutely, this is what we're here for. You can't see our faces, but we are smiling.
Yeah,
we're happy.
God, I love Fix-It-Friday.
I know this is so much fun, dude. I wish
in like a couple of months.
One of the reasons we started doing this is because we couldn't always do it in person.
Yeah.
So like we were like, well, what if we just do it online?
Yeah. Or like, we wanted to get a deck discussion kind of in our Discord a little bit more.
Yeah, I really, yeah.
Like, let's just make that a way to submit decks.
Right? Yeah. Also, we did get one more from Thomas.
Okay.
So we'll pull that up in a once we're done with this one. Mm-hmm. That being our third submission for the day, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Clavat.
And then we'll look at that other deck and kind of give it a rating.
Yeah. Yeah. So Clavat belongs for sure.
I was just double checking. I wanted to make sure that it hits fire because I couldn't remember because I'm running it in my Weewa build to search Barrel Eye.
Yeah.
And I was just like, does it hit fire? Because I thought it hit lightning or ice, but no, fire or ice. Okay.
Okay. So forwards, pretty much agree for the most part.
Yeah.
Let's see.
2-drop pain. 1 sec. Can you highlight?
That's a 3-drop.
3-drop. Okay.
It's a 3-1. The search is a Yuna. Card name Yuna or Riku. So.
Where's the Yuna?
Yeah. Where is? I mean.
Oh, the 5-drop. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So that's fine. Built from a couple opus ago. We watch trying to play Lonnie as often as possible to add a mill. Steal their cards to reduce value. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So the Lonnie's like a tech choice, which I actually really like.
I like Lonnie. Lonnie's it's a cool card. It is giving me some BM moments from you. Like you BM'd me with that card, and it was fun. So
also, my first note about this deck, I love Ephemeral Summoner.
See, I was
easily one of my favorite cards.
I like it. I was gonna say cut it down to 1.
I don't know. Like, look at the backup lineup or the summon lineup rather.
So you have this Leviathan,
which is an EX.
Yeah, it's an EX.
What's the other Leviathan? Oh, an EX.
Yeah.
Can we look at that Alexander really quick? Not an EX.
However, also, it's water summon.
Oh, shut up. But
yeah, that's the problem. It's searching good EXs, but I'd rather. So personally,
actually, I'd rather target Famfrit.
I was gonna say Famfrit. You need to have a Famfrit.
Yeah.
Or I'm just gonna throw this in here because I like the modular Leviathan quite a bit.
But it doesn't have EX.
It's not EX, but if you want to draw it,
Shut the up. It has to be EX.
I do like that you've adopted saying that, by the way. I got a good I got a good laugh out of that the other day. But I do like the modular abilities.
Yeah. Also, Lonnie's hella bae.
Dude, oh Lonnie is awesome. Lonnie is something special. She's a cool one.
She's like I've been comparing her to like the 3-drop Zidane of just like, oh, it's either okay or incredibly good.
Yeah, right.
Like it's at its worst, it's solid. Like it's
yeah.
Oh, I love Lonnie.
God, I wish that Zidane was a legacy card.
Wait a second, I just realized Lonnie's category 9. How many 9 searches are there? And how many of them are in water? Though the thing is, you're already running Clavat for that, really. So it's
you're running. Yeah, it's redundant, but I mean, well, direct search would be fine. Like I would like a direct search, but it's not critical.
I was able to resolve Lonnie 8 times in a single game and hold a whole stack of. I missed multiple searches by not knowing what I had taken. Oh,
so why are you submitting this to us?
I think he's just asking.
No, I know.
No, that explains the Leviathans. That explains it.
Choose a forward. Oh, I didn't read closely enough.
Yeah, you're just bouncing your own stuff.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, Thomas says it.
Although you could do that with this one, but the EX is really hot. Yeah, Titus to bounce your own Mune, Lonnie more. Yeah, I was gonna say the Mune is there. The bouncing Titus is also a good option.
Yeah, if anything, I would cut. God, I really don't have many notes on this deck. This deck seems like just together, really. Like it's.
So there's more than one bouncing Titus. Yeah, it's
Titus.
This.
No, the other 4-drop Titus. The really good 4-drop Titus.
This one.
Yeah. Where he bounces it back up, and then they bounce it back up.
Yep.
And then you Mune, bounce him back, draw a card, and then you have him loaded up for next turn because he just bounces Mune back.
Yep. Okay. Let me bounce Lonnie more. Yeah.
Like that's really it. Like I think Titus is like the only like legit thing that we can pitch for this deck. I'm not gonna lie. Are you back?
Well, it was for a second, and now it's now. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Well, it was for a second. There we go. Yep. Now, okay, here we go. Dope. Seems like we're live again.
Okay. Can you guys see? Are you guys there?
Put in wrench emojis if you can hear us.
Or just don't. That's cool too. Wrench
emojis. Let's get that. No, we can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything. You can't hear anything. Well, that's not good. Why can't you hear anything? That's not normal. We're up.
Okay, yeah, they can hear us.
Or just don't. That's cool too. Yeah. I'm waiting for the confirmation that you're trolling.
Yeah, you dingus. That's what I was gonna say. He's responding to us.
I was gonna say yeah. Oh. that's okay. Yeah, I was. Making real sure that we weren't just
We're the people editing your decks. We're the people who are so dumb we can't tell if you're trolling. 5 seconds. Anyway.
Look, Ty. Okay, let me explain this on ShantottoCast because I have to explain it everywhere else. Okay, my brain is an empty head case. Okay, except for two tiny little neurons. All right, they're bouncing around in there. Right, they're just deflecting and reflecting off of everything.
Yeah.
And in the rare occasion, did you ever play Jez Ball?
No.
On like Windows 95, Windows 98.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so the idea of that game is that there's two balls bouncing around a box, and you need to cut the box to separate the balls.
I played that game,
yeah. And so imagine that you've cut everything except for one narrow little, like almost like an hourglass type shape.
Yeah.
And those two balls need to hit each other, because those balls are my neurons. And so when they connect, I form an intelligent thought.
Yeah. See, I really wish that the webcam was on us right now, just so I could like look into the camera.
You're like, what the fuck?
But,
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, back to the deck.
So back to the deck.
Yeah. So there was a good point made of the 4-drop Opus 10 Titus.
Yes.
And I think it's definitely worth running. I don't know what's worth cutting for it. You're running 18
that's
backups,
tough.
which feels a little exorbitant, but it's not.
Yeah, I almost want to say cut a white mage.
Yeah. Also, oh, that's the different white mage. For a second, I thought he was running the Stormlight white mage, and I'm like, are you running Infinite Mana too? But
Norshtalin is for Althea. Okay, that
fine.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Fina's good. I mean, it's just a good card.
It's Fina. But he's running the Europe board white, which
Mhm.
works. So like,
Yeah.
the deck works. Like, that's the thing, is I can't really find any like holes in it. Like, it seems fine. Like, I think the only thing that we'd run is like the 10 draw or Opus 10 Titus.
Yeah,
Maybe
honestly.
a third Mian, but I think that's kind of pushing it.
No, I agree. That's pushing it.
But what else to cut for?
Ishtola's for protection. Zidane is there. Zidane's there. Yeah.
Another flicker target.
Porum belongs because you just get summons back, which is great.
If anything, maybe cut. I say cut. I don't think he actually needs the Fanfrit, honestly.
What does Bismarck do again? Choose a monster, bounce it. Choose a character you control, bounce it. So that's cool for 2. Choose a forward, have its power. So yeah, Bismarck. It's just something I considered. You okay? I didn't notice you commented with that one. But Bismarck is something I would definitely consider. I like it. Actually, all things considered, like it's probably just as good as this Leviathan, if not better, because it's a 2-drop.
It's better than the Leviathan.
So like if you want to run that one instead, drop a Bismarck in. They're stupid cheap. They're like $1. Valfor definitely belongs. Famfrit is it's a 50-50. Like honestly, if you're out of bounce options for Lonnie, then you play the Famfrit so you can play another Lonnie. But
But at that point, you'd rather run a bounce option.
Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. You just take another bounce option. So Famfrit can just go. Unless you want to like terrify them away from attacking by setting it up as a defensive maneuver.
Yeah.
But
So if anything, at least on my end, so I'd cut the Bismarck. I don't think Bismarck's worth running.
Sure.
Maybe put Fina to 2 to run.
I was gonna say Fina to 2 instead. Yeah, with the Titus. So do that
because you have a lot of options for bouncing. So you have the option to replay Fina. You have the option to replay Zidane to just tear apart their hand. You have the option to play the Lonnie just to get that stack of the opponent's cards, which in my opinion is like the reason to play this deck. And you are running 3 Usaganashi. You can even put Usaganashi down to 2 and run.
True, yeah, you could do that. I'm iffy on the Minwoo though. Only because the only cards that benefit from it, really are Fina and Ned and Kadaj. And like, don't get me wrong, those are great cards to benefit from it. I just don't know if it's worth running Minwoo for it. I'm iffy on it. What do you think, Ty?
Minwoo's nice, but it could be better. Like, it's, I don't know. For me, I've been running Weewa for a while now too. It's just kind of one of my side decks, and I keep taking out Minwu and putting him back in. I am very iffy on him too.
Yeah.
Like he's
like it's an indecisive because the effect is just so alluring.
Yeah, it depends on your meta really.
Yeah.
Like, because that's the thing is we're seeing a lot of Minwa hard mess. It's Opus 5. Change my mind. Yeah,
I would say since Opus 7, but you're not wrong.
Well, that's a very good point because Minwu counters very specific cards now.
Yeah,
that you don't really see anymore. Like Weewa's cool, but it's not seeing half as much play as it used to. And that used to be the big reason to run Minwu. Because people would run cards like Archer just to cancel Minwu, just so you can push through. But the thing is, you're not running into Weewa matchups all the time.
Yep.
You're not running into ping damage all the time.
Yeah, at this point, the only thing it's protecting against is fire, but hey, fire has Kucha spell, so...
Yeah, fire has a bunch of ways around it now. So
yeah, if you can dodge it, it's irrelevant. So Minwu is it's a very hard meh from us.
Yeah.
So if you decide that you'd rather swap... Honestly, you could live on 16 backups. I wouldn't say it's optimal, but you could do it. With the amount of bounce you have, you probably want to keep it a little higher so you can constantly have mana to work with.
In that case, I would probably cut Minwu for a 2-drop
Yeah.
Only because, like, this is something... I wish we had E-Man in chat right now.
I know.
E-Man, I swear to God, that man has done scientific research to the other 2-drop
Oh, no, wrong one. There we go.
That man has done scientific research on the ratio to 2 to 5-drop Unas. Like, he's literally sat there, like, in the lab doing it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, he made it to Worlds, so it's not like he doesn't have credibility in that department.
I think at Worlds, he was running... At the time, he was running, I think, 3 5-drops, 1 2-drop, and he said, like, every time I drew the 2-drop, I won.
Yeah.
I think that was it, or he was running 3 and 1 with every time I draw the 5-drop unit. But the thing is, I still... What about 2-drop standard unit backup that returns a forward to your hand? That could work.
Yeah.
Oh, Scholar. That's what that is.
Yeah, it's a Scholar. It costs 2 to use the ability, if I'm correct.
No,
right? No, it's a free?
It's free.
All right, well, let's drop... Hold on. Scholar.
Opus 1, I believe.
There we go. Opus 1, correct. Oh, yeah, wow. Just break her, go. Yeah,
that's definitely worth.
Yep. Although, well, the thing is, though, if you do it with Mune or Althea, you get them back.
Yeah. It's better to do it with them, but Scholar's
not
bad.
Yeah, it's a rush
Scholar's
option.
Still a really good effect.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it's definitely one of those things that you put down for it early, and then you worry about it later.
Yeah, I mean, it's a quick backup early game, that kind of thing. And it's multiplay if you want to really go ham with it. Yeah, I'm back in the Scholar. We'll do the Scholar, sure. Yeah. Yeah, Scholar's any turn, so if you want to save something, you can do it with Althea also. So so 2 options instead of 1 is fine. Yeah, cool.
I really like Scholar. That was in my first water build, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was in one of my early ones as well when I did Water Earth.
Yeah, I ran Mono Water Vikings for a while and used it to bounce Layla back to him.
Yep, multiplayer. Yep. So honestly, this one went by a lot faster than I thought it would. I didn't preview this one, but
like that's the thing is
don't need to.
This deck's just together. Like
you're pretty much there. If you got 8 Lonnies off in one game,
yeah.
I mean, I jokingly said it, but like, what are you doing here? Like, what are you doing coming to us for?
Yeah, at that point, like, because like I think the goal with Lonnie is you want to get her off at least 3 times to 4 times a game.
Yeah.
In this deck.
I mean, she pays for herself after 2 of them anyway.
And when you're running Class 4th Moogle, when you're running a Chaos, when you're running like all these things that can't tap for other colors, like
you're fine. Yeah, run 5 Lonnies. Just 5.
Yeah, honestly, if I could just cheat and just run 5, I would.
Yep. The only I mean, so what 9 searchers are there? He does have Clavat, and Clavat can be searched out with Norshtallen. This is true. Because that's the going force in my Weebot deck, is that you have Norshtallen to search. Thomas is 10 plus or you failed. Because you have Norshtallen search Clavat, Clavat search Barreleye. It's incredibly consistent, because if I remember correctly, he's running 3... Oh god, is there a 9 searcher? Well, there's Steiner. It's very suboptimal. Yeah. To run nowadays. You don't want to run a 5-drop. Ico only searches a summoner. This Ico searches for a summon. Yeah. And this one does. Yeah, no, don't worry about the search for 9. I swore there was a Keenwa that did, but Queena. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think there is. I just searched text.
Huh. Oh well.
Ah.
But the thing is, you have ways to get Lonnie. Like, so my question ultimately is like, is there any issues that you really have with this? Like, is there a consistency issue? Like, because if there is a consistency issue, then I recommend running the Steiner just to get Lonnie more consistent.
Sure,
But,
if you're that desperate for it.
But outside of that, I'd bounce Nurse Talon up to 3. That's my actual change.
Okay.
Because Nurse Talon's just gross.
Yeah, North Talon's great. I mean, Bismarck is an option over either of the. I mean, not over, but like alongside comparatively to either of these Leviathans. I actually cut this like Alexander down to 2. Come to think of it,
yeah,
because
it's mainly just
it's not an EX.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's anti.
It's also anti.
It's anti big stuff.
Braskas.
It's anti anything. Boonivels, Braskas,
Yeah.
Ned, Fina, like anything big.
But it's fine at 2.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, Veritas even, if people are still running Veritas.
Yeah. Also, once again, still love Ephemeral Summoner. I love that card.
It's a good card. It's a
an
good
underrated
card.
If EXs ever take off again in water, oh my god, that card's gonna shoot up.
Yup. Waiting for a stilt skin for a searcher. Yeah, we are waiting. Yeah.
I keep forgetting how much they use Stiltskin as a name in Final Fantasy. Oh my god.
Right.
Because he's in 9, he's in Crystal Chronicles, he's in.
It's in a lot of.
Yeah.
I lose track.
Wait. Is Stiltskin in 9? I forget.
Oh.
Whatever. I'm probably just an idiot. But
Well, yeah.
I think that's everything.
Relatively speaking, this is pretty much all I can say about this one. I think we're pretty much tapped out here.
Yeah.
We have varying ideas, but like relatively speaking, this is pretty much a general consensus. I mean, you don't want the Bismarck, but I mean, we do have a slot to fill.
Okay. He's the Traveling Merchant Moogle 9. He's your companion in Crystal Chronicles. And he's in another thing that I can't remember. I think he's in 11. Still,
I haven't played 11. So.
I think he's like almost a Sid-like character. Where it's just the same.
They
it's
keep
just that has,
or Gilgamesh. They just keep putting them in.
Google. Oh my god, I could have. I need to eventually just have a flavor explanation where I just explain a bunch of weird Final Fantasy stuff to you.
That'd be awesome, dude. I'm 100% down for that. That sounds great.
But,
not tonight, but that sounds great.
I love flavor. I want to commission a picture of Shantotto eating a card first.
Okay, that's great.
I thought about.
I love it.
I'm gonna think out loud while we bring up the next deck list, but like, I remember I had an ideal a while ago for Ty's Flavor Corner, where it's just like a 15-minute episode of me just talking about how much I like flavor cards and just explaining like, oh, well, this is why this character has this effect. Because someone did it a while ago where they were explaining subtle flavor, but I haven't. I don't know if they continued that. Like, I think that was just kind of a one-off thing.
Boop.
What was the deck that? What was the one deck that Reese wanted to send us? Did we ever get that?
Let's see. So let's see here. Was it Reese that sent it?
Yeah, it was up more. Or he said he was planning on it.
Hold on.
Up more. Then Kratos Effect. Yeah, there it was. Hey, I want to rate my top 3 when.
No. This one was I think this one was. Hold on. Who was this one? Who did this one?
Oh no,
that was. Yeah, that's Thomas.
Yeah, that's Thomas.
Yeah.
This is his like good fucking luck deck. Oh my god, this is a good fucking luck deck, isn't it? Holy
okay,
shit.
let me take a look see here. Okay. Wow.
This is not even a Fix-It-Friday submission. This is a Broken Toaster submission. For rest of the deck, there are too many cards in Opus 13 that I want to build with, and my brain can't compute. So I just kind of derped, and you guys can figure it out. Oh boy.
Okay.
All right, let's look at.
So 0 summons. All right, we're really breaking. Yeah, we're man. You are making those little orbs in my brain bounce around real hard, huh?
So first thing, cut all the monsters. 2 Saganaki maybe.
Well, so actually, I have genuine questions here. So Magic Pot. What are we bouncing for another version, or are we just recurring the same thing? Hopefully.
You're just recurring. He just threw that in just to fuck with us.
Okay.
If you haven't looked at it for episode 13, the backup ramp seems inconsistent when playing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, from what we looked at, Daniel, I like the backups. I think you're about where you belong with those backups. Anything you feel inconsistent about? I jokingly suggest don't shuffle as hard. Like, I do that. I do actually shuffle really weird sometimes, or I do way too much shuffling, and then I just kind of feel like I messed up the deck. I don't know. It's a superficial thing.
Here, one sec. I'm going to grab your deck for a second.
Okay.
I'm literally just going to shuffle up and see what I could hit for backups.
Okay, yeah. Do sample hands.
Because I think ultimately the big thing that Eric pushes for... Eric, you push for the Kaitsa and the Creel.
Yeah.
Or I push for the Creel. But the big reason I always push for those two is that they're 2-drops, which I love. And that's always going to be what you want to see when you're playing, especially Scions. Because you want to hit 3 backups pretty fast.
Right.
I'm going to shuffle the hell out of this deck while we look at this.
Okay.
So, well, all the monsters are Citra targets, I guess. Oh, God. Yeah.
That actually is a good point, though. So I mean, it is 50 cards. As we like to joke, yep, that's 50 cards.
However, there's no... Well, Princess Goblin searches the Citra. What does Pavlov do again? Because
Pavlov is a searcher, whereas...
Wait, is Stiltsky an FFCC? Really quick.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so that is the that's Stiltsky. Okay.
Yeah. So that's fine. I don't think it's necessary though. Like, at no point are you desperate for the Kobold Droid or the Magic Pot of the Laic. I don't think. So yeah, that one's I'm iffy on the Stiltskin. But it does contribute. So like, if you want fire though, I really like Blaze.
Oh yeah, he's FFCC.
I do like Blaze. He was a really cool gym leader in Pokemon.
Shut up. Oh my
god. But no, like, jokes aside, like, it's not a bad effect. I do like it. It can be used to supplement and like hit bigger things that Philia doesn't finish off. If you decide to do multiple, if you want a combo and pay that much in a turn, go for it, dog. I think, let's see, Epitev, search for an FFCC forward. And at that point, it's just Larketius and Leo, which are okay to search. Leo, I don't think works too well here, and I only say that because everything's expensive as shit.
Yeah. Wait, one sec. Because isn't Leo a Aether Vial? Let me look at him.
Leo, yeah, the more characters you have.
Oh, it's that Leo.
Yeah, it's the other Leo. No. So it's a 1-drop 1K.
Still getting into
White Mage to affiliate. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. So that's fine. Wait, White Mage.
Oh, 1-drop White Mage.
Oh. Yeah, oh, yes. Okay. Yeah.
Control.
Oh. That's a nasty combo. Ooh. Ooh, I like you. I like this one, Ty. I like this. I like this one.
Because the thing is, I like the 1-drop synergies.
Yeah, play off that.
Because here's what I'm trying to figure out. So 1-drop synergies with. See, there's some confusion. Yeah.
Yeah, it exists.
At least how I'm looking at this deck right now is that it's FFCC type.
Yeah, it's becoming that. Yeah, very much.
Yes. Look up Opus 13 Leo. Out of curiosity. Because if I'm correct, he's still 1-drop. Yes.
Yep, he is. So he's a 3K and...
One kingdom counter, remove X kingdom counters, choose one forward other than Leo, light or dark in your break zone. If it costs X to play it on the field, you can only use this ability once per turn.
Yeah,
You do remove their kingdom counters. But the thing is, if you run a whole... The issue is he doesn't get haste, which sucks. But
yeah,
more importantly, if you have a full FFCC backup,
you have 5.
It's primarily Philia deck though.
Philia.
Interesting.
I mean, well, so Ishtola is playing off that. Nail can survive by breaking a backup. Arden is there.
Wait, Ishtola die?
No.
Doesn't it take effect damage less than her ability?
Tyro. No. Yeah, no, Tyro. You're Tyroing that, I guess. But Arden doesn't care. Braska's is 10k, so it can, it dies. Philia, Boonavels, they'll,
You still need
still, but you have the White Mage.
Yeah.
So if you're playing the White Mage, yeah, Ishtola doesn't debuff. Yeah, so like, so first off, though, let's put Blaze as an option here in the backups. I'm gonna search for cost 1. So whoa, that's a lot. Wow. It's probably including the cost 1 or less, or cost 1 point, or 1 CP less, or whatever. Yeah. What do we want here? Where is anything? Oh, Diana. Oh, it's not lightning though, so that sucks because she just straight searches a 1-drop, which is great. We should probably limit the colors to Earth, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Earth.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Chuckling about that one too.
Wasn't it a Bisworm, I think? That is a 1-drop Earth monster?
It might have been. I'm not searching only forwards, so we'll see.
It'd be farther to the right, because we're in open snow.
Ooh. Oh, it's fire fire forwards though. Arrgh.
Here, one sec. Do you mind if we swap spots really quick? I wanna look at something.
What do you want to look at?
You'll see.
Huh? What are you doing? All right, here, just like straight up take the. Oh, I was gonna say you can just take the keyboard, but that works. Yeah, here, just reach over.
All right.
Reach over, do your thing.
I need the mouse too.
Oh, fine. I knocked over my soda can. That's empty, but still.
Right.
Okay.
I'm in the pilot seat now. Okay.
Not much of a pilot seat, more of a
because this deck has
a pile of something.
This deck has a lot of stuff, so I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so it's playing around Philia by using monsters that you reactivate.
Yeah.
And then even if Calbrena dies,
Yeah.
Because in that case, I'd run a Shantotto, because the monsters dodge Shantotto as well.
Well, the problem is, though, that only two of them become forwards, though.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're replacing something, you don't want to have to rely on just those two until you get the ramp to play more shit.
Because at least for me... Oh, I forgot Princess Goblin's WAF. That's weird.
Yeah, she's WAF.
FFTCG. 3.
Oh, when I try to cut pot, because I'm... Okay. Yeah, that one is probably...
So let's look... Because, let's see... for each character other than Leo you control, Leo it's 1k, backups you control produce any.
Yeah, I would... So the Leo, I feel weird about unless you're going to convert to a 1-drop or, like, cheap stuff deck, because otherwise he's not... He's an interesting card, but he's not going to... I feel like he's not going to last.
I think you could do, like, a weird FFCC engine deck where you're Aether Vialing into...
I don't know about that. Wait, hover over Larkishas for a second, please. Backup.
Oh, backup?
Backup one. Does not activate. When he enters the field, choose a forward opponent controls. Removed from the game as long as he's there.
Yeah.
He's
an O-ring.
Yeah.
He's really good at Mono Fire, because it's just...
Oh, well, yeah, it's just that...
The issues, you have the other Lucretius.
Right.
Because, like,
Is Leo for every character or forward?
One sec.
CC? Down?
FFC.
There you go. Search.
That would be cut. I don't know why it's still there. Okay.
The Leo? Or the Larkishas?
He's talking about Lucretius, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I say with, Lark or Leo.
Put 1 Kanu counter for FFCC character you control character. Because, like, let's say you have an entire backup lineup somehow of FFCC, which actually, oh wow, that's not hard at all in this deck.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a mostly FFCC backup.
Because even cutting the Princess Goblin, because Princess Goblin just searches Citra, Citra breaks Princess Goblin on under, and then you fetch a monster.
Yeah, that backup lineup's actually really good for FFCC. I like it.
Yeah, like, that's the thing, is I'm wondering, like, what can you do to make this an FFCC backup lineup? Because you could even keep the Lucretius in that case. However, he doesn't activate, which
I would cut him. It's a cool effect, but holding... I mean, for how expensive a lot of those forwards are, I wish you could break up... Actually, that's a really cool feature.
Sorry, really quick, old Pavlov sucks.
I know, right? One feature I actually, if any FF decks admins are watching, any of the devs, actually, Ty, can you go to the analytics here? Okay. Regardless, if any of the devs are here or ever see this, could you give the option in FF decks to show the curve of different sections of the deck? So like, what's the cost average of forwards, backups,
monsters,
summons, and stuff? That'd be awesome because the summons or the forwards are very expensive. The backups are normal. And that's one of the few things that concerns me. It's like this deck is interesting. I really like it.
Yeah. So here's what I'm like kind of trying to play out is like you could probably even run like an FFCG tribal in just the backup lineup.
Yeah.
And then have the 1-drop Leo like kind of cash off of it. I'm trying to remember, does Leo count himself? I believe he does. Leo has for each. Yeah, he counts himself. So if you have a full backup lineup and Leo, you get 6. So you get to play something for that costs 6 for free if Leo survives.
Yeah, nail or less.
However, Leo surviving a turn sucks.
Yeah, Leo surviving that one turn is nigh impossible in the meta of removal.
Interesting. This is just tough because it's like, what do you do? Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of options here. I don't know, man.
Hergirg. Pretty CP. Okay.
It's okay. For this deck, it's just okay.
Because like that's.
Yeah, I'm gonna say cut the Lartesius in the back.
Oh yeah.
I mean the forward one getting monsters is crucial if you're gonna run monsters.
Yeah.
If the monsters are gonna stay.
Because I'm just trying to wrap my mind around the deck really.
I don't know about the Laic either.
Because like, what's your win condition? Is it just playing big forwards? Is it just pushing on through?
For what the win condition looks to me like, wipe the enemy's board with Philia, and then just spank them.
Yeah, and then push.
Like, because use the white mage, use the Philia, and then spank them. Like, that's what I'm seeing here.
Yeah. The issue is there's no easy way to play Philia.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, I'm just wondering, because, like, FFCC backups, they curve out very easily. Because you have Stiltskin to search out Leo or White Mage or Koboldroid, any of these, which is good.
Yeah.
North Shallan searches your entire backup lineup. Blaze removes stuff. Tyro is Tyro. Like,
yeah.
And then Pavlov is just basically ramp, because you play him, you untap 2 backups, and then you just play something else. In that case, I'd probably cut Princess Goblin, but that's just me. Like, it's
no, I like it. For it to get Citra and then it breaks itself to make room for other things. No, it's totally worth it. I'm behind Princess Goblin all the way. It's a good.
Oh, I totally forgot Meath. I thought Meath only targeted fire forwards. I didn't know.
No, Meath is great. Too. Yeah, Meath's awesome. I don't have enough of those. I want to keep more around just in case.
However, what are your targets? Because like Luminous Puma gets you nothing. Discarding a Gigas gets you nothing. Like it's.
Well, so that's
like,
monsters if you want to discard monsters, but you can go forwards, you can go backups. You can fill whatever slot.
Well, like that's the thing is I'm trying to figure out what forwards you'd search.
If you're searching,
because your entire backups are 2, 3, and 4, which you have 1 or you have 2 forwards that have that.
Yeah.
But off of Meath, you'd mainly just be searching White Mage and Leo. In that case.
Each other.
Off of Koboldroid or Magic Pot or Laic.
Yeah, I would cut one of the Laic. I think Laic is only a 1 of at most, simply because why do you care to reactivate stuff? Like, what's the big deal? Like, Arden, I think, still has Brave, right?
Yeah, same with Magic Pot. One second, I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to see what 1-drop monsters there are.
There's quite a few, actually. It's type.
Yep.
Monster.
Forward. Okay. Yeah, because you do have Abyss Worm.
Yeah, you can do Abyss Worm.
Oh wait, enters the field.
That's So
that's damage. I forgot that's the damage 3 effect.
Ochu.
Ochu's not bad either.
That's it's a +1 on the backups.
And then enters the field, choose 1 forward, deal 3,000.
3K is nothing. Yeah. It's honestly, the Ochu is probably the most effective here, but I don't.
I forgot Hilgigas.
Hilgigas is a dick.
Hilgigas is an option. Internet kind of. Usaganashi helps me.
Yeah, no, it was. It was the Laic I was questioning.
Yeah, actually, I bounced up Usaganashi. Let's remove
Usaganashi's great.
Leo and put in new Leo. Monster.
Yeah, I'm partially in agreement here.
Because that's the thing is, like, Leo is just a free card, which is...
It's 100% a free card.
Yeah.
Just real quick, though, hover over Odin for me, or Arden.
Arden.
Brave. Yep. Okay, so Brave. Yeah. So, but other stuff gets, Boonavels gets Brave at damage 3.
He also costs, let's see, 3. He has 4 in this deck, which is nice.
Which is great. Yeah. So, you don't really need Unsaganashi, or not, sorry, Laik, that much, because your two biggest things that you want to have Brave. Maybe Braskas, I guess. But, like, I don't think you're too concerned with reactivating stuff.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Trying to see what other, like, monster targets really have.
Yeah, so we'll go for monsters. You gotta sort by monsters. You're in everything.
I know. I'm also looking at the 1-drops. But... Because that's the weird thing is you don't have any good, like, fire
Goblin
targets.
gives haste. 1-drop Goblin gives haste. Too far. But,
oh, yeah, it's back here.
Too far again. Stop. There you go.
Sorry. Yeah,
I mean, added it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Even just that. But even just drawing the card's nice. What's the... This is at 51. Oh, my God.
I'm just gonna say Laik goes. I'm just gonna... much as I hate it hurts, I'm gonna say get the Laik out of there.
Yeah. Oh, God,
Meath is mostly a searchable 2-drop fire backup with some Wait, is he he is he's FFCC also.
Yeah. Because the way that I look at Meath is FFCC backup with Blaze, it could probably be Kucha Spell. Oh yeah, wait, no, Kucha Spell. Yeah, Kucha Spell is FFCC, isn't he?
Is it?
Yeah. Because I remember I want to put it in Dwarf, but it's not Dwarf. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Keep reading about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Although, how much?
The thing is, Meath searches you, Leo, White Mage, and can also get you Lucretius off of extra Stiltskin or Epitaph. So Meath isn't a terrible choice.
No, it's an okay card. I'm fine with it. I think it's okay. The Kucha spell I wouldn't even bother with.
See, I'm still a dick. I'm like cut Princess Goblin.
No, it's for Citra. Yeah. Like you need that for Citra. Yeah. And with Citra only at 2, you need to search it.
Yeah. But I do really like Pavlov reactivating 2. Then you're just open for
Pavlov
more.
Is fine. I would cut the Kucha spell. I wouldn't bother with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think the backups are done.
Oh, he's saying with Blaze it could be Chuka spell. But I don't know. I like.
It could be, but I mean, the thing is, not enough stuff in this deck is gonna be. I mean, you got Filia, you've got Braskas. You don't really need to worry about not doing enough damage.
I don't like Calbrina though.
So I'm iffy on that one. I like it. I wish the effect was more useful, but you have to pay for it, and that sucks. So I don't know. It's a one of, in my opinion, at most. Oh, you need to clear the Kucha spell name.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, because of the black layout, like I get confused. I'm like, wait, where the fuck is everything? But yeah, I'm trying to think of. You don't really have any other. Whoops.
Get that
we do not need magic.
Nope.
So,
well, good.
It's
part of the cycle from that one. Counters.
Because I'm trying to remember. What would you run instead of Calbrina? Maybe Cactuar to self-damage your big white boost instead of Laik. That's actually a good point.
I'd drop a Flanded in there. Tax him? Well, no,
it's too... Yeah, no. By itself, it's not great. But I do like Cactuar for self-damage.
Royal Ripeness.
I
mean, in a mono fire game, it's interesting.
One second. Can't be chosen. Okay. Because I was like, oh, if Royal Ripeness just ignores Filia. Like,
no, that'd be nasty. But... Well, the thing is, it's a monster.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, Cactuar, probably.
Cactuar, well, yeah, but what are you pinging? What's the point?
Yeah, that's like the thing about this deck is like, it's so...
It's unfocused, but it's not a bad thing necessarily. Hilgigus, throw in a Hilgigus.
Like, because I'm wondering, like, if you just use your monsters as, like, a toolbox, like, what do you do?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
Yeah. FFCC backup lineups are legit insanely good. 100% agree. Like,
no, no, the backups are done. Like, I say the backups are done.
Yeah.
I think they're fine where they are.
I do love Helgigus.
Helgigus is such a good card. It's
question
won
is, what do you
tournaments.
cut-
It won some older tournaments.
The question is, what do you cut for it?
Well, how many cards do we have?
Oh,
51?
definitely cutting a Calbrain.
Yeah, cut a Calbrana for it. How many cards do we have in the deck?
We're at 50.
We're 50? Okay.
But that's another weird thing about Calbrana is it's one of 2 monsters that
cut the Goblin.
that has the legendary rule.
Cut the Goblin, put in a second Helgius.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because you have Goblin to boost Philia to have it swinging for damage.
Sure, Boonavels, I guess.
For Braskas, Boonavels.
Okay.
Hell, even Arden.
Right. Yeah, you got me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because I was gonna Shtola has haste, which is just a quick.
Oh wait! Oh my God! There's some insane tech here.
Oh, Leo.
Yeah,
Get
Goblin
Leo.
target Leo target Nail,
Oh,
Y'shtola, anything like that.
Crap!
Like
there
that's
you
the thing is, I
go.
think you mainly just use Leo to play Y'shtola for free.
Honestly,
and just
cut
get, like,
print. I cut print. I mean, you don't have any summons, so like maybe
No,
one
that's
Mist
the one.
Dragon.
Maybe wait. What is
I
the new
like
one?
so
Do
I
you know what
like.
the new one does really quick?
It's a similar effect. Oh, blah.
Shut up.
You're...
You don't have a super duper fancy. Here we go. The spoilers mega thread.
Okay.
No, we cannot. Shut up. All right.
Is it?
No, it wasn't there. It's because the art is horrifying.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Control 3 or more Earth backups. Calbrain also becomes a forward with 9,000 power. Calbrain is put from the field in the break zone. Choose 1 Earth backup you control. You may put it into the break zone when you do play Calbrain onto the.
I'd rather just pay the 2 for the other one at that point.
I don't know. I do like the fact that this one auto activates, or that it automatically turns into.
Yeah, but you have to sacrifice something for it, and you don't really. I mean, you can get rid of a couple of those backups. And
yeah, you basically
them,
epitaph.
but
What's
like,
the? Oh wait, no, he has to target an Earth backup. But I was like, oh, that's
yeah,
really
it's
good.
gotta
with
be
Argy,
Earth,
actually.
which sucks. Yeah.
Oh my! Could you imagine Calbrain Argy? That'd be gross.
That'd be nasty. That's why they say, yeah, that's why they gotta limit it to Earth or something.
Sorry, I just love that art too.
I love
so
the art.
scary.
It's so, dude, the full art is way better. That's so cool.
Really quick. Welcome back to Tyler's Flavor Corner. So, they kind of did my girl Calbrain a little dirty. Original art is very creepy, and then it turns into these weird dolls. And I hope we get tokens eventually. I love tokens. I love tokens to death. And I'd love to see, like, create a Calco, and Brina.
That's
token.
why you keep calling it Calcabrana when we play.
Yeah, that's why I keep calling it Calcabrana. Because that's literally like the flavor of it. And that's why it keeps... So the whole thing about this boss fight is... So it's normally Calbrana.
Right.
And then when you do enough damage to it, it turns into Calca and Brana. And then you have to kill the Calca and Branas before it turns into Calbrana again. Also, this is from the boss fight in 14. Because 14 is really cool, and they have a bunch of references in it.
My coworkers keep bugging me to play it.
Play it.
I'm
bugging you to play it.
Well, I want to. It's not like I'm avoiding playing it. I just, I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah. Also, he's right. Gently.
It varies. I have it set to normal, but like for some reason it varies between like really bad and okay.
This deck
is
a lot.
Yeah, Cactuar for 10k it's fine. I don't think it's crucial. That's my judgment, though.
It does put him closer for Boonefeld. Like, that's the thing, is I'm trying to think of, like, what else you do.
If you're damage controlling, then throw in a Pasoya. Like...
no, what's that other... what is it? Zand.
Zandy?
Yeah, 2-drop Zand backup. Deal yourself a point of damage. No, yeah, well, he searches a Zand forward. But the main point of him is when you play him, you could deal yourself a point of damage to deal 7k. Sorry, your light's exactly so it's like shining on your keys. So
I know,
I know,
I gotta do something about that.
There he is.
Well, yeah. Actually, that's not bad.
The only problem is you don't have a target for the second.
Yeah,
trick,
that's why I'm saying
sucks.
Pasoya. Just do back Pasoya at that point, because Citra's probably gonna die anyway.
I don't know. Like, it's...
You can bounce her, right? No, you can't. Never mind.
I don't know. I think at that point you're actually just happy to take the damage when they're swinging at you.
Yeah.
You have
ways... let the opponent do the work.
Yeah, you have ways to play around it. But one sec, I'm curious. How many EXs is this deck running? 5.
5.
And I'm pretty sure it's mostly in the backups.
Yep. 1 Blaze, 2 Tyro. It's not monsters. It's not them.
Oh,
Citrus.
Citra,
Yeah. Okay. So 2. Yeah. So it's that. Yeah. It's utility EXs though. That's
yeah,
good.
yeah. This is a weird.
It's hard to say, but I think this is pretty much fine where it is.
Yeah, here I actually want to try something. I have no idea what's happening here. Here, I want to try this.
Open deck or edit or open in deck editor creates a new version.
And this.
Oh, sample hand.
Oh wait, actually, even better. Play this deck. Oh, we should do this with all of them.
Ooh.
Thinking on it.
Yeah, we should.
So like, let's look at this hand really quick. So, oh, I am so excited for when they eventually make.
Dude, I'm hyped. I already donated money so I can play it.
Oh, you're on the Patreon?
Yeah, I'm on the Patreon.
I need to hop on the Patreon too. Okay.
Yeah.
So I draw a card, and I draw into Braskus. Braskus is terrible right now, so I pitch it for Meath. I pitch it for Meath. Meath activates, and then I will pitch. Meath is FFCC.
Yep.
Pitch for a forward. Same cost. So 1-drop forward. View. 1-drop forward. 1-drop forward. I think. One sec. What's in my hand? Stiltskin. So the things I want win. So the thing is. Oh wait, no. Koboldroidion's a.
Yeah, it's a monster. So you want the Leo?
Yeah, I think you just search the Leo.
Yeah,
I think
or
Leo's your target. Leo or White Mage. You could grab White Mage to pitch him for Stiltskin, which is what I'm gonna try. So
sure, but then how do you get it back?
Move to hand. Okay. I keep right clicking.
I know. Well, we did
Shuffle.
Octagon for a while.
Yeah.
Right click.
Okay,
there.
so it's my turn again. So we activate and then we draw 2.
You're supposed to use take turn or start turn.
Anyway.
Also, close your deck and shuffle, you scrub lord. You cheated.
So at that point, I pitch Koboldroid, tap, and get Stiltskin. Stiltskin's effect, search for a forward of cost 1. So that gets me my Leo. View. Deck. And we get Leo. I keep wanting...
Actions. Yep. I know. It
takes
a minute to get used to.
It's too intuitive for
Yeah, I
me.
know, right? We're used to bad stuff.
Yeah, we're used to terrible, absolute shit.
Or less user-friendly stuff. Yeah, you're still not on first turn or whatever. But whatever.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, turn 3, I draw 2. So that gives me the option to go into North Talon and go into another FFCC backup. I can go into Epitaph, search for probably another Leo, and then I have Koboldroid Yin in Break Zone as well as Goblin. I can play Citra to fetch them back. Like that's the thing is like you have a lot of options in this deck, but I think it needs a lot of setup is its only issue.
Yeah.
Oops.
Dang it, Ty.
Phone alarm. Oh, here, I'm gonna kick myself out.
Okay.
But I think that's basically like all we can really do for the deck. Like,
yeah, I think this deck is fine as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. No, it's cool. It's fine. Like again, the Cactar is a tech option, right? Like if you wanted to cut something for that, Koboldroid Yin. If you really want to put Cactar back in the deck, hey, you know what, Thomas? That is fine. We always enjoy having you around. Yeah, like the chaos is more than welcome, and your crack builds are hilarious. Don't change. Yeah, if you want to cut something for Cactar, Koboldroid Yin. Not because Koboldroid Yin is bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it depends on what you want to focus on. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, Ty, are we done? I think we're done.
Yeah,
I think we're finished.
Wait, I do want to hop onto the science deck and run a quick.
Do a test hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Scions. Play this deck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. That's not a. That's pretty.
That's
rough.
a mully.
Yeah, that's a mully. Mulligan. Okay, that's better.
That's much better.
That's actually a lot better. So first turn. So So
you pitch the Alphino for the other Alphino. So
move
you have
2
one
breakstone. Bop, bop.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's not the searcher, is it? No, it's not. Yeah, that's that one. And then we already started the turn.
Wait, did you pitch 2 for it?
No, it's 1. It's a 2-drop.
Yeah, you pitched 2.
I pitched 1 for 1.
Then why do you have 4 cards in hand? Oh wait, first turn.
Was
Yeah,
first,
duh,
yeah.
I'm an idiot. Okay. Okay, then proceed to the next turn.
So yeah. So start turn. Let's see. So we have an Odin, we have an Alexander. That's a bit weird, but
yeah, not drawing into a second backup sucks.
Yeah. Don't want to play Ida on 4K. So what we'll do here is we can just play the Thancred and pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pitching Odin and Alexander.
I pitched Odin and Thog, yeah.
Actually.
And then
Villa is nice.
yes.
All right.
That's cool. That's good.
All right, then start your turn.
Okay. So we'll keep hand. We'll do
first turn.
Yeah, we'll do first turn. So let's
Perfect.
see here. Oh, this is nice.
So
actually,
you pitch Kusith and Usaganashi for Minfilla.
You pitch Kusith. I'd pitch Unsag and well, yeah, you need the
Earth
Earth,
card,
yeah. And Saganashi for Minfilia. View.
And
Okay,
then,
we want
look
to
at your hand
search.
again, because I think
We have these. So
you would search maybe Urianger, maybe 7-drop, 7-drop
Thancred to
Thancred
pitch.
just to pitch it, because you just kind of want that in your break zone as fast as possible. 'Cause you're gonna be playing it off of Y'shtola, or you're going to be using it for a special. But the thing is, if you're not going to use it otherwise, it's probably best. To
I
just
would search the Y'shtola, pitch it, and then get an Oracle later. Oracle out the Y'shtola. With this few backups, you want to power out that stuff.
However, look at your hand, because you need to color correct for. I'd have the Malarkey comment before you started the playtest. Oh my god, yeah. Wait, so what's in your hand again? Louiswa?
We're not doing this Y'shtola.
Oh no, I'm talking about color correcting to play Louiswa next turn.
Oh, well, we're probably going to draw lightning. I'm not concerned about that.
Yeah, so you could search either Y'shtola or a Thancred to pitch it early.
Yeah.
Well, let's say you grab Y'shtola for now.
Okay. So move to hand. Close deck. Action. Shuffle.
Yeah.
Okay. Next turn, we'll start turn. Okay. So yeah, we got lightning here. We can pitch an Odin.
Yeah, pitch the Odin for Louis.
Pitch an Odin. Dull. Louis Swap. Boop. Okay.
Yeah, we'll hop on the Lonnie deck after this one.
Yes. And don't forget, guys, these are all available on. Well, I mean, they're going to be on the front. Well, not the front, but new deck lists. You can just see them now. So, if you just search FFTCG, whatever, it's date submitted. It's right here, and then here and here. Like these are there. Wow, it already has 4 views.
Woo! We did it, rather.
2 of which are us, I think. But yeah.
Go stop.
Yeah. But yeah. So
you played Louiswa. Louiswa to search.
Louiswa search one of the twins view, and then we want to grab 4-drop, right?
Probably the 2-drop just to
do we
curve
want
out a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because the thing is, I believe you have another Odin in your hand. You pitch the Odin right now to Alphino, so you're powering up backups.
True.
That gives you 3 backups if you want to play the.
Yeah, if you want to ramp.
You can even right now you can pitch the Thancred for the Alphino, and then next turn that allows you to set up for Y'shtola get Thancred.
There you go.
So you just get 2 bodies, and this is turn. So right now
it'll be turn 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That is fine. Yeah, so we can do
2-drop.
Yeah, we want to get the 2-drop. Yeah, so we'll do that. And then action shuffle. Okay. So we will pitch Thancred, play Alfie, boom.
3
okay.
Backups.
We got 3 backups. We'll start our next turn. Wow.
That's a nut straw.
That's gas. That is gas, all right.
At that point, I'm wondering if you just play the Urianger.
I would do that, yeah. I would pitch 1 to play 1, or just dull 2. Do we want a dull 2 to play it?
Probably dull 2. Dull 2, because then you keep the other Urianger in your hand in case you need to play the Odin.
Yeah. Reveal top card, action. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, reveal next. There we go. Okay, so
one target.
yeah, one target.
And it's a card you could pitch.
Move to hand, action, move to bottom of deck. Okay, and close. Oh wait, no, we'll just no. Oh,
Shuffled. It accidentally revealed the next card.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. So we'll just as is. That's fine. So then, whoops, accidentally deck. But yeah, so we can pitch this. No, we can just hold this. This is fine. Then we just pass.
Yeah.
Next turn. Yeah, here we go. Here we got some options. So we can pitch Alfie, and Thancred if we want, and then dull 2 and play Y'shtola.
Mm-hmm.
Get Thancred back.
Or we could even pitch the other Urianger.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant to say that. So we'll do this, and then that. Y'shtola, actions view.
Push back
Thancred goes to hand, then to field. Can do that. And then okay, we've got a board now.
Yeah.
We can swing with the Urianger. If we wanted, we could Oracle of Light by pitching something. Probably not.
So by turn 4, you have 3 forwards and some gas.
And this is slow ramp.
Yeah.
And this is not bad.
This is, if I remember, so this is starting with 2 backups in hand, which is basically ideal.
Right.
But it was also still clunky. It was a 4-drop into a 3-drop.
Yeah.
Isn't ideal, but Minfilia basically costs 2 because it searches. And Louis Suave basically costs 1 because it searches.
Right.
And that's a lot of the value of the higher cost backups of this deck is that they get you something that you need. That's even a good thing about Tyro. But yeah, do you want to hop over to the Lani deck and try a playtest?
Yeah, sure. But yeah, so I like where that Scion's ended up. I'm probably gonna copy some ideas from it. But let's check out Bounce Lani Bounce. Play this deck. Okay. So first hand, that is 100% Mully.
Yeah, that's Mully.
Better.
Much better.
Not perfect.
So go into first turn. Decent. Okay.
Yeah.
So in this case, I would probably pitch the Alexander for White Mage just to get your mana out.
Yeah.
ASAP. Because I think right now you're mainly going to be looking for Class 2nd Moogle, or you're going to be looking
pretty much, yeah.
I think he was running Chaos.
Yes, I think there's a Chaos in here too.
Okay, Ephemeral Summoner and Zidane. I'd probably pitch.
I'd put the Zidane down.
Yeah, I'd probably pitch Usaganashi or the Leviathan for Zidane.
I would pitch the Usaganashi because we don't need to protect anything right now.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing to protect.
Yeah.
To do that, Zidane.
Look at their hand, rip something out of it.
Right.
Because you're playing Zidane.
And then.
One sec, can you show me Ephemeral Summoner again? Let me search for
water. Yeah, search for 1 water summon of 4 or less and put it on top.
Because I was gonna say, if you really want to put pressure on, you could actually discard. Well, that's assuming that they have a forward out. If this is turn 2, they wouldn't have a forward out. So it's probably worth it to keep Ephemeral Summoner in hand.
Yeah, I would hold this one for now.
Because the thing is, it might be good to play Ephemeral Summoner just to get a summon. Because if they attack, you bounce Zidane back to hand, play Zidane again.
Yep.
Or even if they get rid of Zidane and then attack, you could bounce Ephemeral Summoner back to hand to get another EX later.
Mm-hmm.
This deck's going to be really fun with Larsa, actually.
Oh, no. Yes, it will.
Yeah, that new Larsa's probably going to be
That new Larsa's going to be...
Being able to just get Valor out of your damage? Oh my god. Yeah, you're definitely running the new Larsa in this deck.
Yep. Yeah, you are.
But anyway, move on to the next turn. Let's assume that they don't have a threat on the field.
Yep.
And we just pass on.
Okay, so we can pitch Bismarck and Dull for the Clavat.
Yeah.
Go down for Alani.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
view. Show the opponent your deck all the way down this far.
Oh, I think you would reveal and then you just keep revealing.
Well, right, yeah, but like you can't do that. So, add to hand. Cool. Close.
Let's shuffle just to
shuffle. And then
after that, I think you just, or you could actually pitch the Leviathan and Alani to play Lani, but that's also you don't have the Leviathan up for.
Yeah, I don't want to put the Lonnie down without a way to like safely pull it back. I mean, you could do the Leviathan off the. You could just burn your whole hand at that point. I don't think that's the right call.
And then I think if anything, you just take
swing with Zidane.
Yeah.
And go.
Because if they swing in, you just take the damage.
Yeah. Let them have it. Yeah, that's pretty much that. And then next turn, Alexander. Oh, cool.
There you go.
So boom, boom. Put that down. Cool. Zidane arguably swing. And then.
But that's the thing is you don't want to discard for hand size, which is what I'm like kind of
right.
wondering. Is this where you would either play a Lonnie and kind of expect it to stick around?
I mean, depending on what they have, it might be a 4-drop. So
yeah.
you could just you could do the Alexander. So I mean, do we care about the Alexander?
I think
maybe.
I think in this. This is rough.
We don't know what matchup we're playing. Like we haven't decided what matchup we're playing.
Wait, actually, discard the Leviathan for Ephemeral Summoner and then search deck.
Okay.
Trust me on this one.
Okay.
Okay. So you play Ephemeral. Ephemeral activates view deck, and then what are your water? So you have the option of
Leviathan or Bismarck.
The 2 Leviathans.
Yeah.
Basically.
Right. Yeah, the Bismarck's gone.
I'd probably target the 3-drop Leviathan because if they decide to attack, you just let it roll. And then you bounce Zidane back to your hand. Or you bounce Ephemeral Summoner back to your hand. If you draw into that, you have a 3-drop, which allows you to Lonnie, bounce Lonnie, if you really want.
Okay, so let's, I guess, hand temporarily, shuffle deck.
Yeah.
And then top of deck.
Yes.
Right?
Card from hand to top
yes.
of deck.
Okay, cool. So just making sure the interface works correctly. Good job, devs. You guys are awesome.
So let's say they see that coming, and then they're like, screw it, I'm not going to attack. Which
is
a whole turn of them not attacking, which is nice.
Right.
And then go into your next turn. So start turn.
Boom. We get the Leviathan, we get Chaos.
Leviathan isn't ideal. However, you can... With this hand, you can Alexander, Lonnie, exile top card. And then next turn, you just have Leviathan ready. So you could block with Lonnie, use her effect, bounce her back to hand. So you get a block, and then you also bounce an opponent's card.
Like, this is a pretty good first few turns.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be comfortable with this. Yeah. I'd like this.
Personally, I'd really like to hit Una more consistently, because having that Valifor in hand, I'm just kind of staring at it like, that could reset my backup lineup. That could be a Lonnie bounce.
Sure, yeah.
So, like, I like it.
I do like, this is solid. This is good. Yeah, actually, guys, all 3 of you, give yourselves, this is a good night. Like, good job, everybody. That was some solid decks, and I think they came out a lot better in the end too. Like, everybody, all of us, good job. 10 out of 10. Solid Fix-It-Friday, I think.
Yes, solid Fix-It-Friday. We got some goofy stuff, we got some jank stuff. We hopefully helped with the Scions deck.
Yeah.
I don't know when we're gonna do this again. Now that now that we're vaccinated, now that we can meet up, and now that we're kind of in like our work schedule and we have it figured out, it's a lot easier because this is actually, is this the first time where we're actually doing this side by side?
Yeah, we've never done this in person with each other.
Never done this in person.
Actually, by the way, Ty's at my place right now. It's been a minute. But
literally, I was here last week.
Well, okay, I meant for Final Fantasy, like recording in person and stuff. It's been a minute. But we do, before we leave, before we wrap up everything.
Hashtag ad time.
We got to promote ourselves a little bit here. We are running an event soon.
Yes.
For the Final Fantasy reunion. We got a kit. And
wow, we had 16 people respond too.
Holy crap, it didn't even notify me about that.
That was a bounce. It was at like 5 earlier today. Yikes.
Yeah, whoa, cool. People are noticing. We have an event going on, so we're going to paste that and boop. So in this event, we are going to be running this. It's a Midwest thing. So if you're in or around the Midwest and you want to come hang out, here we set the event. If the date update, it went through Saturday the 19th. So that gives you a couple weeks to prepare.
2 weeks.
So at the very least, I'm going to be running it. Ty may or may not participate, depending on how many entrants we have.
We just saw 15 sign up.
I was gonna say we
like,
we might not be able to have Ty participate,
yeah,
but
we'll probably, depending on how late the event goes, or if it ends up early, like we might just sit down for casuals.
Yep.
But I mean, otherwise we're gonna be hosting the event. We're gonna be running it. This is the shop's probably final.
Potentially, it's a potential, which is the joke in the title. There's a chance the owner doesn't want to. I mean, he doesn't want to support the game right now. Because it's not. I mean, it's not the game that's earned him the most, which is fair. That's a good business. I mean, business decisions have to be. You know, sometimes you have to make the hard calls. And I worked for him for 3 years. Like, I get it. 4 actually. Wow, time flew.
Yeah.
But if this kicks it off, the game will probably survive there if we convince him. Who knows? There's a chance.
We'll see.
So throw in your support if you're not coming, and if you are coming, then we can't wait to see your smiling faces. So yeah, shameless self-promotion there.
Hashtag ad.
Yeah. If you guys enjoyed it and you aren't subscribed, you know what to do.
Also, no pressure to come if you're in like California.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're by Illinois, if it's not that big of a deal for you, like
right,
feel free to swing by.
Like this is not exclusively a Midwest or Illinois thing, but if you're around and you want to come, you are more than welcome. If you, for some reason, feel the need to fly from another state. You know what?
If you want to spend the $400 at least flight to Chicago.
You know what? Go for it. There's nothing. We're not telling you to do it, but we're telling you you'll welcome you with open arms.
If you're in the Midwest, more so. Or if you're visiting family or whatever.
For sure. I'll make sure to post the full sewn together video of all of our stream chunks tonight. Yeah. So
also, not to flex, but at the event we're gonna have 2 worlds level players there. So
no, and Nats players
and
Nats players.
We're gonna have a couple Nats players, which is gonna be
so. Yeah, I can't wait to see everybody there. Thanks for stopping in tonight, guys. I think we're gonna call it here. So yeah, we'll.